Alright, now this is Group B. This is the semifinals for the Korean qualifiers. Alright, it starts with someone called Roy Gott. I think he's a very famous Africa TV BJ. He has a lot of followers and a lot of viewers in general. Maybe, I think not Skara level, but maybe like Soju level? I think Soju level. Right. Then there's someone called Man Jae-sung. Right. He says he's gonna stomp everybody. Right. That's what it says here. He says he's gonna stomp everybody. Actually, let's change our camera. I remove this too. Alright, take this up. We'll be up here. Alright, this guy is called Young Panan. He's actually the world champion for not only Hearthstone but also like Auto Mobile. He's a very talented Auto player. He's been playing Auto games for over a year too, just as long, actually a few months, like more than I did too. He's been playing since the Dota Auto games. He's a very famous streamer, and he has a lot of good tournament like results for sure. He's a genius, right? This one's called Bijimbom, right? This one's called Paradise. This guy was also ranked 1 season 3. 그렇죠, 도사님이죠. 전 도사님이 무조건 통과할 줄 알았는데 응원했거든요. 집 돌아가는 길에 응원하고 있었거든요. 저는 떨어진 상태로 막 시무룩하면서, 근데 대신 막 속으로는 막 도사님 올라갔으면 좋겠다라고 천영님이랑 얘기하고 갔거든요. 그래서 올라갈 줄 알았는데, 저는 막 얘는 무조건 붙을 줄 알았는데, 파라다이스 얘는 무조건 붙을 줄 알았는데, 제가 굳이 응원 안 해도 무조건 될 줄 알았는데, like I thought this guy was gonna proceed no matter what. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. 자, 될 줄 알았어요? 감사합니다. This is Gonga Jerry. This guy is ridiculously talented too. He is the season 2 rank 1 in Korea. He's like, he doesn't have that much of a presence, but he's actually ridiculously good. That's all I have to say. This guy's really talented too. I don't really know much about the guy, but this guy's really good. 그렇죠. 준결승전 제가 못 본 거를 그냥 다시 보는 중이에요. And this is Baegujo. I like his playstyle. His playstyle is just the same as kind of similar to mine, that he's very aggro. He doesn't go for level 9. He just tried all in 7 and 8 to get a secure top 4 placement. That's his playstyle in the end. I like his playstyle too. This guy's also very talented. This is someone called Mukgajon, right? Mukgajon. He looks very ordinary. That's all I have to say. He looks like a very ordinary type of guy. Alright, so these are the 8 players. We got 2 streamers, a few rank 1 players at season 2 and season 3, and a bunch of extra very talented players too along the way. 안녕하세요 지보님, 반갑습니다. Alright, now we are starting. This is the Little Legends Galaxy. If possible, you do want to go for something that is very strong early mid. For example, builds like mechs and protectors are much more preferred here. Alright, so those are the strategies that you are generally wanting to go for in this Galaxy. If possible, go for some strong early mid game starts. Make sure you combine your items, even if it's not optimal late. As long as it's optimal early mid, it is good enough nonetheless. That's how it goes. Okay. This is a very high tempo like a game, like a Galaxy for sure, so you want to make sure you aggro along the way. Let's see what these players do and what strategies they bring in this Galaxy in general, or what strategies we can see. I do enjoy the Ziggs with the raw start. Paradise, checking out all the maps. He's a scouter. He is a natural born scouter at the moment. This is Gonga Jerry, the season 2 champion. Right? And this Baegujo, the aggro player. A sword and a tier star. With this start, I would actually prefer to go for protectors instead. Like going for a protector star, which with Rakan, Shojin Rakan, that can actually be very strong too. 꼬꼬마는 6매 리븐이랑 메카지. 그쵸, 리븐이랑 메카. Going for 6 swords into Riven is also a real good idea to go for this Galaxy as well too, because it's just so strong. Like you can't go to that point in the game where you can just destroy a Riven fast enough. Rivens are very hard to deal with for sure. Rivens are really hard to deal with. Alright, this player is called Mukgajon at the moment. Let me go. Wait. Let me shrink my camera so you guys can also see me a bit, see the game a bit better. So I'll stay up here. Right. The Mukajun currently has a rod and a tier. That's actually amazing for early mid game to go for a Rudin start. I would go for a Rudin start with this. I would go for Darius and Graves instead of going for Cybernetics. Cybernetics is more of a late game, like a tempo composition to go for, so I do not really recommend going for that direction. I really would prefer if you just went for like a Rudin. It's like an early like aggro, like a spacebar start. I do prefer that route. This is Roy God at the moment. Currently he has a sword and a bow. That is amazing because that item can be used in every composition, whether you're a sword tech or a mage tech. And ooh, Queensus as well. Dude, those are actually kind of nice items for Master E. This guy's actually famous for forcing Master E like crazy. 아, 이래서 이분 많이 간 거예요? 이때부터? 이야, 이래서 많이 갔구나. Mukajong actually being offered a bow. In this case, going for Salmonet is not that bad of a deal because he does have Salmonet related items, so he's just going to use the items as components. Alright, he's going to use the items and components to his advantage to win a scene. We'll see. Megu Joa currently going for a 2-sword Boppy start. Interesting. He made a Giant Slayer early because it does do damage, so I'm not entirely sure about that tech choice. It's going to be up against a Gomga Jury making a Shiv early. Great idea right here. Wow, this is something I haven't seen in the tournament scene once. So Gonga Jerry actually got a tier into a bow and a belt, and he's like, dude, this Ross not gonna do anything for me anyways. Well, it could do something later, but here I think I'll just utilize my itemizations to win streak during the early mid game and get my good placement. 아, 이분 시브 저거 같구나. 야, 실력 좋네. 좋은 판단이다. 저 스타트에 저렇게 가면은 진짜 좋은 생각인데. Paradise doing the same thing as well. He's combining the items early, the rod and the chainmail, so that they can get the early mid-game advantage. That is the idea that they want. These players are playing in the Little Legends Galaxy. The game will not go to late game, so using items early to get the early win is much more advantageous than going for anything else. So they're combining whatever they can. Somebody made a shift, somebody made the Solaris. The sad thing about Solaris is that Solaris does fall off hard, so I do kind of wonder about that in the end. Winning the mid game is also very important too. Like early game wins are really important, but mid game is also really important too. But ooh, you do not want to take damage like that. Bijin Bomb now with a single upgrade and facing up against a level 5 opponent, taking 10 damage in the end. Currently, we're looking at Young Panan's bird. He has a chainmail, a sword, and a crit item. A very awkward start. He can make an Infinity Edge or maybe like a Guardian Angel at best. But either items are kind of awkward to utilize. He was holding on to the chainmail to see if he can make Guardian Angels to win the fight, but he did not have that opportunity. Now, this is one of the starts I love the most. This is actually the Rebel Infiltrator Brawler start. It's actually very strong to go for in the end. I do hope to see these starts more often. I would prefer if he would level up here actually. That would sell the. I think it's okay to sell one of the Nocturnes and just put the other Nocturne in to guarantee the win. But I guess he wants to go for. I guess he feels very confident that he's strong anyways, and what you call it? And he does want the Nocturne upgrade too to make sure that he can win. 저는 이 시작이 제일 좋아요. 최근에 북미 롤을 하면서 느낀 건데 잠입자가 너무 세거든요. 그 총잡이나 스나 상대로 너무 유익하다 보니까. 이런 스타트가 제일 센 것 같아요. 사실상 카운터 칠 수 있는 게 많아서. 북미 애들은 총잡이랑 스타를 되게 좋아하거든요. 뭐 사이버랑 총잡이만 노리다 보니까 잠입을 넣을 수 있는 덱이 굉장히 유리해요. 그래서 녹턴의 제드 꿀꿀이죠, 그렇죠? Wow, there is a tier Cassiopeia in the Curious at the moment. That is very strong. There's also 2 swords and a bow for the cybernetics or the DPS like player wannabes. Right? There are also 2 tiers, so people who are going to go for the mech builds or the Mystic Vanguard builds will also be in a good spot. What items lacking? I guess crit items are lacking, so going for an early Last Whispers will be impossible with certain players in the end, so maybe Vanguards in this game will have a huge advantage. We still have to see. Alright, we're currently looking at Young Panang's board. Never mind, we're looking at Mukajo's board. He still has a Sabanessa. He managed to find Leona upgrade. He put the Rod on Leona for Ionic Slayer. And he did manage to find a Giant Slayer. I expect him to use a Giant Slayer right now, yep, so they can get the early making advantage. He also has a Sniper synergy with the Caitlyn. I would sell the Fiora to put the tier on Vi because you can use the tier to make Frozen Heart or Redemption on Vi later if you really had to. I think going for that advantage is nice. This one, Roy God currently has 2 bows. He wants to go for Master Yi, it seems, so he's putting all the items on the Ziggs. He's combining them like a free hand to gain that advantage. But this is not how you're supposed to start Master Yi. This is not the right signs. Like, we went for Master Yi 3-star like 2 times today, right? And both got good results. You know why? Number 1, I got lucky. And number 2, I started Master Yis after finding 2 Master Yis. Alright? You gotta find the Master Yis first, and then you decide to commit to a Master Yi comp. You don't just slam your items onto your carry and say, hey, I'm just gonna go for Master Yi later on along the way. There's actually an order of things. Because in some games, you just don't find a certain unit, like at all, in general. And I don't think it's a good idea to like commit to a build in the tournament scene that early. The player is a streamer. He's very popular. He's very like talented too. So I guess he made that decision. But I do not recommend going for that whatsoever. Currently, we're looking at Begojua's board. Unfortunately, Begojua took 30 damage already before getting to stage 3. It's because he does not have any upgrades nor any frontline synergies. So he's taking a lot of damage, but he is going for a mech build, so there is a way to make a comeback. He also has a lot of economy to work with, so that is a good situation to be at. We're looking at Mukajon's build. He currently has a perfect win streak. He also does have Vayne, Leona, and Vi with the Sabanessa synergy. He's committing to that particular route. I would sell the Zeds. Like, he's offering an opportunity to get Zeds in general, but I don't think he needs a random Zed without atomization. Zeds are nice with atomization in the end, along the way. But with those items, I think it's just better to sell for interest gold. He did sell something for interest gold in the end. We're currently looking at My Paradise's build. He made an early pendant. He did not get more than 2 items because I think he got a lot of extra coin. That's why he was able to level up so fast. But I don't like his state at the moment. The problem with going for an early Solari is that they lack damage. The situation when I go for it is if I have a bunch of backline units, like if I have Caitlyn, if I have stuff like Caitlyn into Twisted Fate, and then later I can add in like a Victor for like an extra DPS along the way. These Sniper Sword Chrono starts. I do enjoy going for Solaris in that build because the longer you survive, the stronger you get in general. So in those compositions, it's okay, but in his composition, I don't think it's nice. And Young Panon currently finding 2 chainmails. Ooh, no matter what game you're playing, you do not want to find the same items over and over again. So the only thing he can make is maybe a Rebels medal and a Bramble vest, and that's not going to feel good to make. He could wait. Oh, he slams it immediately. Interesting. Like, I think he could have waited. I think he could have waited to see if he can get it like a sword, but oh no, he can't wait. Now this is the right decision right here to use the item immediately because number 1, it is a little legend, so you want to use all the items you have as fast as possible. And number 2, he's at 100 HP. He does not have any choice whatsoever to get items in the future. He cannot guarantee any of them. So greeting for items later is not a good idea whatsoever, since he will never have a choice in choosing the items at the moment unless he loses like crazy. So it is better to use the items right now as fast as possible. So you might be considering maybe a 6 Rebel build. But again, the bad thing is that he does not have any damage source whatsoever. This is a really bad situation to be in. If you're offered the same items, especially tank items over and over again, he will lack damage, and Rebels don't really have a good damage source until they find like a Jinx 2-star, like they need a 2-star Jinx or a Rolling Soul. So I'm not sure if it's gonna happen that well. Alright, currently we're looking at Magic Stone's build, also going for Cybernetic Blasters. Cybernetic Blasters are very strong in the end. And oh, finding a... Wait. Why aren't you buying the... Oh, no, that's not how you do it. No. Wait, look at his board, alright? Wait, no. Go back. Alright, look at his board. Look at his items right now, guys, alright? Look at his items. He has an Infinity Edge, he has a bow, and he has a rep buff. He can still go for cybernetics. He does not need to force blasters, and forcing blasters is really bad in this galaxy because this galaxy does not go to level 8 and 9 that easily. People try to end the game before that point if possible. So you want to usually go for a composition that can end games at level 7, and any composition that goes beyond that is much more riskier than it may seem. So since he has even though he has a Jinx, it's good to buy the Vayne right here, right? To keep the options open for Cybernetics, but he just skips it and he finds another Vayne. He needs to buy it now at least, but he says no. He can only look towards blasters at the moment, and I don't know if that's right or wrong though. He's going for an early blaster rebel transition, and oh man, I don't like this. Number one, Jinx 1-star is weak. Alright. It's better to have Lucian with Solemn Nursery for more survivability during the mid game before stage 4. I think that's much better. Number 2, if you do not find Jinx after you commit your items to Jinx, you will not be able to make a random Lucian 2-star or Vayne 2-star carry during the mid game. So your mid game will be very weak until you find Jinx 2-star. So you need to high roll Jinx in order to get stronger during the mid game. Otherwise, you'll take a lot of damage. And number 3, dude, you could have gone for Cybernetics, and the risk of you not getting yourself would be much lower, and there's not really that much of a risk anyways because it's gonna be so strong during the early mid game. But I guess he did decide to commit. Not that bad anyways. Let's see how this goes. If he finds Jinx fast, or if he finds everything else fast enough, then he's being economically efficient. He's not wasting any gold on. He Ionics the Blitzcrank too. That's so good on Violator. See, Jinx is very weak, right? It doesn't do any damage. Jinx does not do any damage, right? Whatsoever. It is better to go for a cybernetic synergized like Lucian along the way. Of course, Lucian was a 1-star, so it could be arguable, but it is kind of sad. Currently, we're looking at Begujua's board. It seems he rolled down to find his upgrades and won one Rumble, but he did not find it yet, so he's in a very awkward situation. 징크스 1성은 안 돼요. 1성은 투입하면 안 돼요. 차라리 루시안 2성을 막 노려서 천천히 가는 게 좋지. 징크스 바로 투입하면 안 되고. 천천히 투입해. 중반에 진짜 세게 맞아 진짜. 어쩔 수 없이. Begujua's board will be weak until he does find the Rumble along the way, but his optimizations for Rumble is quite okay. Since he is at 7th place at the moment, he will have a choice of items. He just needs one more bow, and then he can go for Titan Resolve Giant Slayer mech along the way, which is nice. He's also not taking too much damage. This fight is actually very close. Actually, he can win the fight here. And he's tanky. Woo! Take him down, my paradise. Good fight. 네, 제가 이거를 못 봤는데 오늘 좀 피곤해가지고 잠깐 옛날 대회를 그냥 해설하는 잠시나마 보면서 해설하는 중이거든요. 제가 이 대회를 못 봤어요. 왜냐면 제가 그날 탈락해가지고 그냥 집에 가는 길이어가지고 그래서 못 봤는데 그래서 그냥 다시 한번 보는 거예요. 화질이 좀 안 좋나? 올려야겠다. 아 자동이구나. 원본. 알려주셔서 감사합니다. 좋아.
여기서 뭐 운전자를 만들어서 수은을 하는 게 일반적인 선택인데
네. 수은까지 완성 하위팀들은
Alright.
근데 이게
So what is going on at the moment?
보니까 좀 삼선작을 할 여유가 없을 수가 있거든요.
The most important thing from the previous time is that just do not go for Jinx so early. It's better to go for Lucian, the other one. Now this guy's playstyle is very like is a playstyle I like. He actually made a Shiv early, and he's utilizing that to make sure that he has a very good HP total and the economic advantage during the mid game. I really like his choice. 공가주혜님이 여기서 10을 하나 만들었더라고요. 연운과 곡궁을 써가지고. 저도 이 플레이를 대회는커녕 챌린저에서 거의 못 보거든요. 그래서 이거 보면서 진짜 와 잘하는 분이다라는 게 확실히 느껴지더라고요.
거기서 연승이 깨진 이후로 좀 애매해진 것 같아요.
Alright, this guy found a Fizz. Is he considering going for a mech? I don't think he should really go for mechs with this build. It's okay to go for maybe 4 infiltrators or just a random infiltrator tech, but going for mechs does seem kinda weird. 도사님은 템이 진짜 못 땄다 이 게임. 탱템, 유틸템 안 나오고 그냥 계속 질 수밖에 없겠는데 일정 시점 지나가면. There's a guy with the Jarvan 2-star protector tech, double Solaris. Interesting. 삐진버님은 뭐 하는 중이지? 본 적이 없네 아직.
보려 했었지만 아직 많이 약해 보이고.
Yeah, also to shift to win so he can try to top 4, that's correct.
그 시즌 3에서
He gets the early game advantage, he takes a lot less damage, he can win streak, gets a lot of extra economy, and even though his late game is weaker, Shiv's not a useless on a meter, which is nice. And alright, we're looking at Roy God's build at the moment. He's been rolling level 6 trying to look for a Master Yi 2-star, but oh man, he's stuck at 1 knee. That's not good. As I said, there is a sign to go for Master Yi. Do you know what the sign is? Find Master Yi first and then decide to go for it. You do not decide to go for it after finding Malphite and Ziggs, alright? From the beginning, you gotta find Master Yi first, and then you commit to the comp, alright? The order is like as opposite at the moment. He is trying to utilize Irelia and Lucian, but it's not gonna be good enough. And oh, Baku Joa actually find the mech in time. This is at the point where the mech is almost invincible before stage 4. The opponents will not have the damage to kill the units along the way. 로이조님 너무 억지로 가셨다 이거. 이거 적어도 마이 한 마리 뜨기 전까지는 원래 마이 덱 하는 게 맞지가 않거든요. 근데 너무 일찍 자신의 본분에 충실했던 것 같아요. Alright, Mukajun currently going for the sub night tech and actually doing very very well at the moment. 그 마이 덱 가려면 마이가 먼저 떠야 하거든요. 그러고 나서 가든가 말든가 결정해야 하는데 이건 또 뭐지? Zayas? Oh man, dude, he's dying. Okay, if you want to go for Zayas, like, I honestly don't recommend going for this build because like even if you get it, you get 7th place type of build. Like even if you hire, like usually you get 7th place anyway, so it's not a good build to go for. But the problem with this strategy is that if you're gonna all in on Zaya 3-star, you're supposed to all in at stage 3-1, not just slow roll for it, like along the way. The timing's all wrong. This is a Little Legends Galaxy. You want to win streak early on to preserve your HP and get that advantage, but if you roll this slowly, it's not going to be good at all. Okay, at least he finds Fiora. He needs to reposition so his Zaya does not get focused. He did find Zaya too as well too. He wants to find Jarvan. Can he find Jarvan though? Will he roll for Jarvan? Yeah or nay? No, I'm not sure. No, he decides not to, and he actually puts in the other Jarvan, the weaker one on the board. That's not nice, but he does fully make his eyes with 3 Solaris. That's actually a lot of Solaris. Now at this point, since he didn't find Jarvan, you have to give up on Jarvan, guys. Like if it shows up, it'll show up naturally, but you don't look for it in general. Now that he paid his power boost, at least he'll survive for the next few fights, but eventually after stage maybe 4-4, he's gonna keep on losing still, so he needs to worry about that a bit more. Right now he needs to level up and get more cards along the way to get the advantage. I think he should go for level 7 to add the synergy in, add more synergies in, like Chronos or such along the way. He should not be rolling. No. He should be going for level 7. No. 롤 돌리면 안 돼요. 여기. Alright. Go for level 7 and add something else in, okay? Do not look for Jarvan. It's good enough, alright?
근데 좀 확실하게 해야 돼요. 돌릴 거면 차라리 다 돌리고 삼성은 확실하게 찍고 아니면 그냥 레벨업을 했어야 됐는데 지금 애매하게 20원이거든요.
네, 뒤가 없거든요.
바나나님이 해설 잘하네. 너무 애매하게 했어요. And oh my god, is this gonna die to the mech? Oh, Zaya getting melted by the mech. Well, can he survive? The Victor has such good items. It's gonna do so much damage. But Fiora has War Moss. Fiora is tanky. I survives the Victor. Oh, can you do it? Shed is taking damage. And alright. It's gonna almost more. Can you kill it before then? Jarvan? Shen? That's huge. Now he's dead in one fight. That's actually very, very huge. Alright, currently we're looking at Roy God's board. Oh, the Phil's one with the 2 months sub. Thank you very much, man. Hope you don't find him on. Hope you're enjoying today's commentaries. Hope it's enjoyable. Alright, this guy is the Master Yi player with 1 Master Yi. Forcing Master Yi, guys, right? Forcing Master Yi's. 와, 진짜 아무리 그래도 이건 좀 너무했다. 아니 이 정도 못 찍고 죽는 건 좀 너무했다. 게임이 좀 너무하긴 했다 이거는. Alright. GG Master Yi player, GG. Good fight, you tried your best. But the enemy Mukajun is very strong, he has a good composition. Oh wait. Can he do it? Riven's fine time? No, but the monkey's too strong. Wait, how much damage is that? That is Oh, 7 damage. No, 6 damage. 6 damage. Still alive. Nice.
사실 직감하고 있을 것 같아.
Okay, guys, if you want to go for, alright, a Master Yi comp, find Master Yi first, okay? You find it first, and then you go for it. There's an order to things.
첫 템이 솔라리. 지팡이 갑옷이 나와서 솔리.
Oh, hi, Deanna with the raid for 140. Thank you very much, ma'am. Hope you're on a fine day. I am honored. Thank you very much. Let's go, Master Yi. Let's go, Master Yi. How is damage? I actually don't know the exact damage calculation method at the moment, so I'm not entirely sure. Alright, currently we're looking at Young Panan's board. This is the guy that started with Rebel Infiltrators. He's adding in some Brawlers and some Blasters, it seems. He wants to go for Jinx as main carry. He rolled and he rolled, but he didn't really find much. At this point, it's better to go for 4. No! Infiltrators! In this situation, 안녕. What's up, guys? Hope you're all fine day. It's much better to go for 4 infiltrators here and just use infiltrate for damage instead, right? Oh man, that's kind of unfortunate. Like, if he were to recheck that, like he had 2 echoes, he has a Last Whispers onto the Nocturne, he has a Blitzcranks, and he has an Israel, right? This looks more like a Blaster wannabe build, but he's at level 7. This is the little legend in the end. So at this point, you're not gonna find Jinx. Like, he's like, let's be realistic. At this point, you're not gonna find Jinx. Because I'll find Jinx 2 stars ridiculously hard. But he does have 2 echoes. But he does have a Fizz. So I think just getting rid of the demolitions. He doesn't really need demolitions either. And maybe the Gangplank. And just going for like a 4 infiltrated brawler tech might be much stronger at this point. So I would prefer if he just used Echo and Fizz instead for damage instead of stuff like hoping for brawlers to show up. He can't really go for the Rebels either at this point. Like, even if he goes for Rebels Master, you 1-star Yasuo, 1-star, it's not going to do any damage whatsoever. So unless he finds a rel in 2-star nowhere, going for 6 rels will not help him whatsoever. So in this case, he just sell the Yasuo, he just sell the Yi, go for a 3 rebel, maybe a 2 or 4 brawler, 4 infiltrator tech instead. I think that might be much more beneficial at this point. But he instead, I think, just wanted to commit to a blaster tech. I think that's what he wanted. So he's like, okay, you know what? I just want to go for blasters. I gotta get level 8 to find Jinx 2-star. So he just sells everything for gold. I don't know. I don't like this. No. He could have done much better with just infiltrators, I think. And if he got lucky, he could have found Echo 2-star. And Echo 2-star could have had that Last Whispers and then Morello Nomicons on Gangplank and done a lot more damage. Gangplank 1-star does not do damage. It's more of a utility card along the way. Like, Gangplank only does damage if you find a Gangplank Merc upgrades into like a sword con with some like itemization for DPS, like Jewel, Gauntlet, and a hat, Rabadons along the way. Just like that, I don't enjoy that whatsoever. But my personal opinion says, eh? My personal opinion. Currently, it's gonna be the guy who finally found Master Yi 2-star that got obliterated. Alright, this guy forced Master Yi from the beginning. He was stuck at Master Yi 1-star until right before this stage, I think. And GG. Never forget, guys, if you want to get if you want to go for Master Yi comp, start with Master Yi first. Alright, you gotta get Master Yi first and then go for the comp. Alright, now we're looking at Paradise's board. This is the guy that slammed Ruden's Locket of the Iron Solari early. Now, this is one of the things that can happen if you slam something like Locket early. You have to use a rod and you have to use a chainmail, right? If you commit these particular items to your composition this early, your mid game will get ridiculously weak. So let's say you're able to win up until stage 2-6 or 2-7. Of course, you might save some HP and maybe get some wins off of that, but you'll start falling hard behind after that point because you're not guaranteed to find a good DPS source. So this Socket of the Iron Solari could have been something like Morel Nomicons. That chainmail could have been something like maybe a Bramble Vest for the mech in the front along the way too. So I think he committed to the Locket like way too early and not for the appropriate composition. If you want to go for a Locket comp, I would recommend going for Chronos. Chronos keep scaling their DPS as time passes, so the Locket actually synergizes with the Chronos synergy along the way, and they have enough damage to finish off the opponents in that particular sense. So going for Chronos and maybe Snipers, it's okay to go for Locket of the Iron Solar because you have enough DPS supported. But any other combos, especially a composition like this, like a mech Victor like Cassiopeia composition, like just a mech comp, usually needs some carry items on Victor, Cassiopeia, and the mech along the way. Usually it's the mech and Victor, there are 2 carries, so it is very important to get the appropriate itemizations on those 2 in the end. So I think it would have been much better to not make Lockett or the Iris Solari, even though it felt like a situation to aggro a bit early, and just like use it for different and better itemizations later. I think that was the right answer. So right now he just kept losing because he didn't have much damage and the itemization weren't really that good.
이번 크리까지는 봐서 카시오페한테 모렐로까지는 넣어주고 싶을 거거든요.
그렇죠.
The reason why he made Lockett over Rudens is because he was offered only a rod and a chainmail at the first creep round. So he was only offered 2 components. He found a tier after the Cursal, right? So in that situation, instead of making a Locket, it's better to wait until at least a Cursal to decide what you want to make. Rudens is much better, as you said. Alright, this is the guy that went for the Zyatech, right? I do not recommend Zyatech. It's a very, very weak build to get in the end. It's also very risky too. He also played a bit differently, and by different I mean wrong. differently. But he's doing well in the fight nonetheless. Oh, my Paradise takes damage here, but not dies, right? Not dies. Zaya composition actually fighting pretty well. It is strong during the mid game. I guess until stage 4, Zyatech still do well. That is nice to see. Triple lock is actually really good for this composition since he has enough damage from Zaya, but I don't know if his position is quite safe. We'll have to see. This mech comp may seem okay, but it's actually really bad. Like no carry items from Victor. Like there's a blue buff on Cassiopeia, but no special effect like special effects on Cassiopeia like a Morelnomicons or Rudens to do damage. So he's not in a good situation whatsoever at the moment. It is quite dangerous. Alright, it's going to be, he needs to find some really good itemizations here, but highly unlikely to find it. A rod at least for Morelnomicons. 1 cloak here? No, not cloak, but actually getting the Nika is actually pretty fine here too, so he can upgrade the Victor. Now he needs to decide exactly what items he needs to make. There's actually a lot of decisions you can make here. It's not just, hey, oh, you know what? I found Morelnomicons. I'm gonna put on my Cassiopeia immediately to get that stat damage value. But guys, we have to realize it's stage 5, right? Currently, it's stage 5. So just adding in a Morelnomicon at this point in the game, would it be really the right answer to do so at the moment? Oh yes, Cassiopeia 3-star, nice. Would it really be the right answer to do so at the moment? So what I'm thinking is Cassiopeia 3-star. Oh yes. Cassiopeia 3-star does a lot of damage by himself, right? You don't really need more damage items on Cassiopeia 3-star if it like pops off in the end. So maybe in this situation, there is a choice to make Jewel Gauntlet, Morelnomicons, and Trap Claw, right? In this situation, there's 2 things to consider. Number 1, he can give Jeweled Gauntlet to the Victor, so that Victor can do a lot more support damage in the back to kill their backline. Alright, since the mech will not be able to take out the backline in the end. Number 2, he can put Morelnomicons onto Cassiopeia so Cassiopeia can do more damage. And number 3, he can give Trap Claw to the mech so Cassiopeia and Victor have more time to use their ultimates and do more damage overall. So there are 3 decisions to make in general. So these are the things that you need to consider when like making a decision here. I'm not going to say which one's right or wrong. He leveled up a bit fast here, I don't know. He decides to go for Morelnomicons here, okay? I prefer the gauntlet onto the mech here too for the evasion chance. Alright? Mech can also crit too. So let's see how this goes.
Hey Bebe, I've just found you, but you are already one of my favorite streamers. Thank you for explaining everything thoroughly, it helps a lot. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you very much, Walcho. That's a very motivating thing to say. Alright, it's going Bukajon, the cybernetic player versus the mech player, and the mech player just gets melted along the way and dies off. I was surprised he didn't use his gold there. Like currently, if you check his board state, he was 1 Victor off. He's at so few HP, and even if he looking at iffy levels. Maybe Celestials at best. I think he should try to find a replacement for the Ash here, like a Karma, maybe a Karma 2-star, or maybe any other Mystic. And I think he should just try to. Oh, he has a Karma on his board, and I think he should just try to like upgrade a Victor by all-inning here instead of going for level 8. That seemed much safer. He also doesn't have the Fizz upgrade, right? Yeah. I think Ron was a lot better. Yeah, Giant Slayer Vayne destroys that. Mech has no tank items, it dies real fast. And unfortunately, Cassiopeia got focused first. That's why it's better to have like that's why you can argue that it's better to have Karma in the front, because Karma can take the auto attack aggro while the mech style first. So I would prefer if he did that, right?
아이템이 너무 꼬이면서 그래도 마지막에 덧발톱이냐 모렐로냐 정도가 좀 판단을 할 수 있었을 것 같은데.
Yep, you can also argue it might be better to make the mech stronger. And I think using gold to make Karma 2-star was much better too. Right? Of course, Ash 2-star is better in the end, but I think a Karma 2-star was nice. So we're currently looking at Young Panon's board. He kept taking damage so that he can go for the Jinx. He can look for the Jinx and the Infiltrate along the way. He's one game plank off a game plank 2-star, but I don't like his situation at the moment. He's going for a Rebel Tech, alright? He is going for a 6 Rebel Tech along the way, but that composition, as I said, requires Jinx 2-star at least. Yeah, they all low roll this game. This is a low roll lobby for sure. Many people did not find the stuff they want, but to be fair, this is stage 5 too. They're not supposed to find it this fast. They're not supposed to find it at this point. It's also a little less in Galaxy too. Alright. Currently, Xayah is gonna get perma-stun, and Jinx is popping off. That's a lot of damage from the opponent's side. The opponent does have 3 Rebels and a full Brawler front, but Xayah, can Xayah do it? Xayah stronger, but she's taking him down, but stunned, and bam. Xayah player out. At least Xayah player took down the mech guy at least and got sick. Crit could also like work onto the Cassiopeia, if that makes sense. So I'm just telling you guys that there are options like that. It's not just Morello Cassiopeia instantly at that point. There are also other options that can be just as or even more like relevant along the way. So you guys can think about it and see, okay, maybe this one's good, maybe that one's good. I'll try that in my future games along the way. Now this is Gonga Jerry, the guy who made early Shiv to get the HP advantage. He's actually doing very well. He has 4 Vanguards into an Urgot and a Riven. The Riven does help him win during the early mid game, which is very nice. Urgot's location is actually really good for hitting the Jinx, but he's gonna hit the Lulu here. Lulu comes first. Nice location right there. Usually people don't put like Urgots at that spot though. Like usually the location for Urgots, alright? I'll show it to you. The location for Urgots isn't usually here because this doesn't really snipe anything. Your opponents always put their carries on this location, right? This second location, or on this location, right? Why? Because of Blitzcranks, right? Because of Blitzcranks. So they put one Blitzcrank pull target here and their main carry to the next, or they put one Blitzcrank pull target here and their main carry to the next, right? So most carries are at the second slot, in which case it's better to put your Urgot maybe on the leftmost corner because it hits the second slot, or maybe on the maybe if you want to be safer against the front liners, you can also put it in the middle too. But the middle's not that like good because there's other junk you can all along the way. So I would think one of these corners, like the leftmost corner, the rightmost corner, should be the base location. For these like composition in general. That's what I expected at least. So I'm surprised you put it there. Like if you were to just guess the position, you should be without looking at your opponent's board, the basic position should be there. So I guess he was trying to snipe somebody else. I think he was looking at somebody else along the way. Against this composition, you do need snipe Jinx to win. Mukkajon has really good items on that Jinx, and it's a Jinx 2-star too. But thankfully Gonga Jerry has a lot of HP, so he's guaranteed top 4 anyways. The items are blue buff is nice, Morel is nice. Currently 영판한 has ridiculously bad items. 진짜 진수님 템이 너무 안 좋다. 템운이 되게 없었네 이번 판은. 징크스도 상대방보다 늦게 뜨니까 가기 되게 애매했고. I would prefer you just went for like a 4 infiltrator comp instead for damage. I think that was much better. Mukkajon currently going for a Mystic Brawler Vanguard composition. Interesting. Oh no. It's only Brawlers, no Vanguards. So he doesn't really need the Jace in the front. So he's gonna try to look for a replacement for it later. I think it's better to have the... No. Thresh is better than Wukong. I was wondering why he didn't buy Wukong's, but I guess Thresh is a bit better. He doesn't need Jay, so he's trying to find a replacement for it. Anything could be fine. He can put the blue buff on Thresh or the Urgot, both are fine too. He's gonna sell the Malphites because he's not gonna go for Rebels anymore. That's also something he can do. Like, Rebel synergy is not about just making Jinx stronger, it's about making her survive. And Mystics can do the same thing too anyway, so there's no issues there. It's going to be Begujua, the mech player, versus Yongban Hang, the rebel player. Let's see. The mech is very tanky. The rebel currently don't have that much damage. Oh no, it does have a lot of damage. It's actually able to take the opponents down. The Jinx has popped off, and he actually did find the Jinx 2-star. The Jinx 2-star with 6 rebel synergy is strong to take down the mech. Amazing, good job. Any match to like get the top 4 slot? 근데 도사님 진짜 잘했다. 템이 저렇게 떴고 업글도 저렇게 늦게 떴는데 그래도 순방하네 이걸. 아 진짜 잘했다. A lot of Urgots, but you can't use Urgots in this composition. There's nothing to take out for it. It is better to keep the Chronos and the Blitzcrank and the Israel all the way too. Alright, we're looking at Manjisong, the low roll blaster composition. I know the situation, this is my situation. Everybody else has Jinx 2-star, I can't find Jinx 2-star. I'm stuck with one along the way. My items are kinda nice. I have so many potential, and oh my god, Nard jumps backward and not forward. The Urgot pulls and we just got destroyed. But he got top 4. Dude, if you get top 4 in this situation, you're ridiculously lucky. Good game. Alright, so the low roll blaster player is out. I think Jinx is gonna win. Alright, Mukkajon is the Mystic blaster player, Mystic Brawler blaster player at the moment. And Young Pana is the Rebel player, and Gomga Jerry is going for 4 Vanguard hybrid like attack, like with like a Riven as carry with Syndra for extra DPS along the way. He has 3-star Guardian, 2 Storks, alright, so it's a hybrid like Vanguard Stork tech. A hybrid rebel like correction, a hybrid like a Stork tech can work because it is a little legends. You don't need to go to late game. Like you just need anything that's like a strong during mid game. Riven 2 stars is ridiculously strong during mid game. And don't forget the Urgot with Guardian Angels that can snipe a target. Now what Young Pana needs to be worried about is the Urgot that might try to snipe his Jinx. That's his lost condition right there. So he does need to look around and put the Jinx in a safe location. Alright. Probably try like a juke with the other cards along the way if possible. Alright. It's going to be Mukkajon, Solaris onto Lulu. Versus Young Panhang at the moment. The Blaster versus Blasters, Rebels versus Mystics. Let's see who wins in the end. Vi charges in, gets killed, pops Redemption along the way. Can Nar go up? Oh no, Nar actually got destroyed. Rapid Fire Cannon Jinx attacking from a distance, but oh, it got pulled into a Lulu. All will work. But Gangplank actually stuns them all and saves the day. Yosh. Wow, that was a good fight right there. How do you position around Urgot? You gotta know how Urgot's like ultimate works in the first place. Then you just position around that. He still does not have like the Mastery 2-star. That's quite sad. He's trying to look for. No, he doesn't need the Yasuo. He doesn't have Riven, so Yasuo is not that necessary. Having the Zed should be a bit better. Oh, he wants a redemption out of Zed though. Unfortunate. Now there's 2 Urgots on Kongajiri's side, so he does need to be careful about his Jinx location against those Urgots in general. Let's see if he can put them in a place that can be very safe around that. He moves them around just to dodge the Urgots, but oh, one of the Urgots seems to be just in range, we'll see. Ah, the Urgot is actually in a perfect location to snipe the Jinx. It's right in the corner. Bam, but oh, it misses and hits the other Urgot along the way. Is that good enough for Jinx to work? But Wukong actually floats to Jinx. Jinx has actually such a high damage like delay. So Rocco tried to heal and saves it, but it's not gonna be enough, is it? Oh, it is enough, but the Jinx gets pulled, but the Urgot dies, so its pull does not matter, but it is not enough. And Mukkajon gets taken down here. Top 2. The Wukong and Riven did a wonderful job in taking the opponent down, and oh, Gonga's Jerry combined the Urgot to Urgot 2-star. That's gonna be very dangerous. So Young Pana needs to be very careful about the Urgot placement into his Jinx. So he might have to go for like a juke positioning along the way. Yes, this is a Shiv guy going for late game. Alright. But you know, Gonga Jerry has his fizz. He has a what's it called? He has the other call along the way, but we'll see. He puts the Urgot in the back so that it'll get pulled by Blitzcrank. Woo, great idea. Alright. It gets pulled by Blitzcrank, so it has the best odds of hitting the Gangplank and the Jinx there. Smart. Alright, Jinx pops up and oh, gets one shot by Riven. Oh, Riven with Jewel Gauntlet doing damage and Young Pilot going down. And the guy with the early shift getting first place.
확실히 공가제리 선수가 초반에 탱을 투자하는 이유를 보여줬고 그 진수 선수도
Spoiler alert, this guy got first in the tournament. This guy's a genius. Right? Like, I was surprised at how good he was. Like, I don't get surprised often, but I'm really surprised how good he was.
2등까지 오기 좀 힘들지 않을까라는 생각을 했었는데 배치로 정말 카운터를 잘 치면서 2등까지 왔고요.
I've never seen that myself either. He let it get pulled by Urgot on purpose so he can actually choose to hit. So it's like a 2 times positioning, which is how it goes. You know?
감탄스러웠습니다. 2라운드도 기대되네요.
You're got to be kidding me. They're saying so close, huh? It also, since the Urgot gets pulled by Blitzcrank, it also charges mana faster too, which is really nice. Nice players, right? There are some very, very scary players in Korea, guys. Like, it's not just the high rank players too, there's also a lot of players. Actually, that guy is a high rank player, he used to be ranked 1 during season 2. Right? It's nice, right? It's nice. The game quality is really high. That's why I'm looking at the tournament, guys. The quality of the game is just ridiculously high. And there's a lot to learn from this like particular sense.
This content is hella lit, keep it up.
This content is hella lit, keep it up. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I'm glad you're enjoying. So there's a lot we can analyze and learn from these games in general. Hope you guys like learn the most important factors, alright? So if you were to go for a review on what we can learn on these compositions in general, alright? Wait, no. Where's the placements at? Points, show the points. Show the points! Alright. This guy went for Master Yi, right? If you want to go for Master Yi, get Master Yi first. Do not get Ziggs, do not get Malphite and say, oh, I'm gonna make rapid fire cannon on Ziggs and get it later. No, alright? That's not how you go for it, alright? You wanna get Master Yi's first and then you decide to commit to Master Yi comps or not. That's what you do with Master Yi's. I forgot what this guy went for. I think he went for the Zyatech, right? No, this guy went for the Zyatech. Don't go for Zayas, guys. I don't know why there's some people forcing Zaya. There were 3 to 4 Zaya comps in the tournament and they all got 7th or 6th. Every single Zaya comp got 7th or 6th, so don't go for it, guys. If you're gonna go for it, then you gotta commit for it early in the Little Legends Galaxy along the way. Alright, so if you were to go for it, if you really have to go for it, all in early. Do not save gold and slow roll while taking damage to get Zaya in the end because Zaya's not endgame like a carry. Alright, if you want to go for Zaya comp, roll early, get the early mid game advantage, save HP, that's how you want to do it. This guy was the one that got first place, the got like a 2-star in the end. He used shift early to get the advantage, he went for a very good composition in the end, that's very strong. He went for 2 Sorks. Riven is very strong with the Morellos and a Jewel Gauntlet does a lot of damage. So this is about like knowing how to use your early game cards to maintain a win streak and then build into your mid game. That's very strong. So that's very good to understand right there. This guy went for mechs, but he had a very big loss streak because he couldn't find any upgrades or frontline, so he just kept on taking damage. I don't think he made any mistakes. No, I don't remember any mistakes. He just got unlucky during the early mid game. And he took a lot of extra damage for that. This guy is the one that went for the blaster tech. I think he started with Stabanex first and then transitioned to Jinx after finding Jinxes, so he just played very well. There's no mistakes there either. This guy made Solaris early, right? But he did not go for a composition that could utilize Solaris. Like, I would recommend going for Chronos and snipers along the way, okay? Chronos and snipers, but what you call it? But a random composition with Solaris does not do any damage, so I do not recommend that. And this guy had a choice to go for 4 infiltrators, but actually I recommended him to go for 4 infiltrators, but I think what he did was right because he actually got 2nd place. His result was really good, and the composition to go for like a Rebel Jinx Blasters is stronger in the end. So he made a really good play in that sense. Like in that sense, you go commit to a very strong composition and get the good results. So he decided to take a lot of extra damage early on, deliberately to get a good chance to get his endgame composition. So he went for that gamble and succeeded. So he made a very good play too. I forgot what he was. Skip. Oh. Low roll blaster guy was Jinx 1-star. Everything else was lit for him. Blitzcrank 2-star, Vi 2-star, Gnar 2-star, but just couldn't find that Jinx. That's why I don't recommend going for blaster comps in like the Little Legends Galaxy. Of course, 2 people succeeded in finding Jinx. I think this guy and this guy succeeded, but I don't recommend. I'm always the guy that doesn't find Jinx, so go for different comps in general. Alright, now we shall go to game 2 of the tournament and see what we can learn in this game. We are impressed by the way you analyze it. Nice. If you guys are impressed and happy, I'm happy too. We'll see. Did he mute everybody? wait. Alright, in tourney games, you mute everybody else it seems, right? Alright, professional. Alright, plays right there, professional plays. My lord. In other countries, I think other countries says good luck, have fun. I think that's what they do. But in Korean tournaments, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to type onto the game because like it's distractive to the viewers because the viewers expect some serious plays too. And it doesn't look professional at all. So we are entitled to not chat or not emote. Actually, emoting might be fine, but not like I do those particular sense in the end. Alright, currently we are in the Force of Nature Galaxy. I think it's called the Super Dense Galaxy in the end. Now in this galaxy, the good thing is that you can add in a bunch of extra synergy. Now some people misunderstand this as saying, hey, I got a Force of Nature, I can go for cybernetics, I can get the extra like plus stats and attack damage for free. No, that's Galactic Armory. The galaxy where you can do that is called the Galactic Armory. In this galaxy, you don't focus on just forcing cybernetics because of that. You focus on going for something that requires a lot of units to synergize in the end. What are synergies that use that? Usually the simplest one is the 6 Sork tech, right? You can actually hit 6 Sorks at level 7. Right? So if you have a Riven, you can just throw in like a 6 Sorks at that point. Maybe Blade Masters too, so you can put the Blade Master synergies early on. That's what the that's the meaning behind the Force of Nature Galaxy in general. The meaning is you can add in more synergies and you can make more like a better composition based off of that. That's what it means. So you can go for more like a greedy builds along the way. Like for example, if you go for Blasters, you can actually put that in 2 Mystics. Blasters have 1 extra spot at level 8, so you can actually add in 2 Mystics or maybe 2 Infiltrators along the way too. So it's all about adding extra synergies in, not going for cybernetics for those like who are confused. Alright, now if you were to focus on the game, currently we're looking at Gomga's Jury's Born and ooh, those items are dirty. Utility item, utility item to utility item. Oh, he does have a rep buff and Quicksilvers though. Rep buff is the best one that you can have, but currently he does have an Infiltrator star. With Infiltrators, you do want to have damage on like a sword and a belt for Giant Slayers. But here, let's see what items he makes to get the early making advantage. Is he gonna make the rep buff? Rep buff on Nocturne is actually a good idea because it does allow him to proc his battle cast energy. So I don't think that's like a big mistake at all if you were to make that so early on. Alright, and oh, he actually makes Trap Claw. Interesting. Wonder why he decided to make that item. Against here, maybe it can counter a Caitlyn ult. It does make sense. That makes sense. I guess it can counter Caitlyn ult here. So if Caitlyn like ults at him, or if maybe Blitzcrank ults at him, like it can like stun it. And it also gives the Nocturne evasion, so Nocturne's a lot more tankier along the way. Or is there anything else he wants? Trap Claw is also really good, like a counter tech item late game, but you don't want to make counter tech items so fast. Interesting, interesting. I wonder what his thought process behind that decision was. Let's think about this a bit more. Currently, we're looking at Begojo's build. He is going for an early Titan results Quicksilver. This player actually loves going for mechs most games in general. So he's like, okay, you know what? I got a nanny. I have a Titan resolve. I have a Quicksilver, so let's go for it. I'm gonna get mechs this game with the Force of Nature. You can actually add in a lot more synergy, whether it be Mystics or maybe 4 Infiltrators or maybe 2 Source along the way, much easier. So you can use the Galaxy straight to your advantage in that possible way too. We'll see.
좋다는 분들은 좋다고 그러고 뭐 별로라.
Right now we're looking at Mukajong's build. He has 2 Vanguards, correction 3 Vanguards and 1 kill in the back. It means that he wants to go for sub next, especially since he made the Infinity Edge early. He was offered a sword, a crit item, and belt, so the best item there to make there is the Infinity Edge. There's no question there.
돈도 쓰면서 메카를 갔기 때문에 후반에 힘이 빠지거든요.
But IE does not do that much damage early on, especially on the Caitlyn, so he's gonna take damage for now. He'll probably take damage until he finds the Silent Next Surgery, especially Vayne, or probably not Lucian either. He could probably go for like a chainmail on the Kurzel and try to get Lucian for the advantage, but he's gonna lose for a while, it seems, compared to the other people in the lobby. We're looking at Loigot's build at the moment. Currently he has Ionix. That's a very strong early game card to help you win streak during the early mid game if possible. It's a very nice card indeed. What else does he have? He has 6. You don't really need 6 Leonas. The reason why he's buying them is because he wants to sell Leona and get the items back. I'm surprised he gave Leona the crit item. I don't think it matters that much. Well, there is an extra evasion chance, so it does raise his odds like survive for that reason, but I'm not entirely sure. Will he press the low button, go for level 5 a bit faster? We'll have to see. Oh, nice snipe onto the enemy Caitlyn, the enemy carry as well. In good position right there. He moved to the left and right to confuse his opponents. Usually I just put Leon in the back just to make sure that never happens. But that was an excellent snipe from Oregon in the end. Alright. So far the stars seem very ordinary. Nothing special. What are his items earlier again? Oh, Ionix into crit item. He can still go for Sabness, it seems then. So there's at least 2 people considering Sabness for the moment.
공동 선택 우선권이 있습니다.
Mech player sending a message. Memex.
반군으로 빌드업을 하는 모습이고 페어가 굉장히 많이 적혀있거든요. 샹드로.
반군이 보였었죠. 그래서 지팡이를 먼저 가져갔고요.
로이가 선수는 그냥 베인을 가져가네요.
그냥 베인을 활용할 수도 있겠고.
네.
파라다이스는 좀 고민하다가 운전자 망토로 선택을 했습니다. 장갑이냐 허리띠냐인데
A belt. I don't know what items the people have, so I don't really know exactly what itemizations that they want individually since I can't check their boards. Let's check Manji Song's board at the moment. Currently he has a Tier and a Morel. Oh man. Let's look at Young Panan's board at the moment. He has a Darius, Space Parts to Rebel Star, so he was offered another Rebel Star it seems. His item so far is a Rod into an IE. That's actually quite interesting. I wonder if making Jewel Gauntlet was nice there. Probably not, right? I really do wonder if making Jewel Gauntlet was nice. Jewel Gauntlet IE in the Darius. This is before the Jewel Gauntlet like patch, right? So I guess it was kind of like awkward to go for. He's putting Darius in the corner so that I can slice the units from left to right one by one, potentially focus them down. But Leona will be very tanky. The problem with Darius in these cases is that it actually hits a unit but can't kill with the first ultimate like this. And after the frontliner dies, it's gonna get focused down and the targeting. That's why, you know, how I position this is usually instead of like this, I prefer to put these 3 on the front so that Malphite, Yasuo, and Ziggs will take the damage first, and put Darius in the rightmost. Right? Out of fight collapses, that Yasuo and Malphite will die first at least. And then Darius get focused down while they do the damage, and the Darius kills the units from the right to left order. Usually that's how it goes. I prefer that position more because of this reason. Sometimes Darius just goes in front and gets focused down after your initial carry dies, like this. He goes into front and just suicides, right? And they don't focus down the targets correctly in this case, which is the main issue. But he does have the space power and he has very good loss rate going on, so there's no issues there. Will he sell anything for an in-school mark? Maybe Yasuo, maybe Eloy. You need to sell something. Alright, those 2. Interest goal is a very important factor. Do not just buy anything along the way and waste goal in that sense. It's very dangerous. This is Bijin Bum at the moment. He's going for a Blaster Cybernetics start. He can go for Cybernetics or Blasters. Both routes are open to him at the moment. He does have the Vanguard, so his build's actually very stable. Nothing too weak, nothing too strong. He has an Israel waiting on the bench. Now, I don't know about that Israel at the moment. Israel is very strong to add in for sure, but it is also very expensive. So, you know what? I think I would rather sell the Grades or Israel, one or the other, to get the advantage. I think selling Grades is fine for an Israel like 1-star. Not that bad. This is Paradise utilizing Israel 1-star on his board because it's pretty strong, I think. But, you know, at this point, you know, there's the decision between going for Israel versus Jace is that Israel's a really good counter towards Sork comps, like Ari all slower, Syndra all slower, for example. And I think there were a lot of cybernetic and blaster hybrid techs in this game so far, some rebel techs too. So instead of going for Israel, going for another Jace that's a Vanguard and can do extra damage will be much better, because in the end he actually just needs more frontline value. He has a Bobby with the Warmox. Bobby's going to keep charging his Star Guardians along the way, so his Star Guardians will just keep on ulting if he just makes Bobby the main tank. And having a Jace to like follow up does feel a bit better for me. And that's my personal opinion. There's no issue with going for Israel too if he thinks he has enough of a frontline though. Getting through the Bobby was very hard. It does prevent the Gnar from ulting on. It is working well in the end. But I would prefer having one more frontliner. By jumping in towards the Zoe, can Gnar go off? And Gnar goes off, stuns all three, and Ari gets focused down first. That is the scary thing about Gnar, is it kills your backline. First in the end, Bobby bought a lot of time, but Israel's trying his best and manages to win. Good fight. Maintaining a small win streak, that's good. But I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying maybe it's better to go for Jace instead in that situation. Currently, Gonga Jerry is going for a Mystic variation of the composition. Ah, interesting. He has a Bramble Vest, he has a Cloak. He probably wants to go for Ionics into Bramble Vest because those two do synergize. Bramble Vest DPS is amplified from Ionics, so it's very nice to go for. His build direction is quite interesting. Pretty sure it's not Mex, he doesn't have damage for it. He does have too much utility. This is a very confusing situation. I guess he'll just commit to the composition that's offered to him, like at the moment, and go for like a Vanguard, Battlecast, Infiltrate Tech during the mid game because it's not that weak. But I'm really curious to see what direction he'll decide to take. He's offered a bow. All right, more confusing. But the Nico is actually really good to get the early mid game advantage. He's offered a Zed, and now the Force of Nature pops in, so you can add an extra synergy Dark Stars into Mystic. So he's gonna go for 2 Infiltrate, 2 Vanguard, 2 Mystic, 2 Battlecast Hybrid Tech. That's actually pretty strong. Very well synergized. Begu Joa is the mech force with fighting 5 Annies already. It seems the game is giving her a sign. He also has 2 Chronos, correct? 2 Chronos and 2 Snipers to do extra DPS along the way. Also 2 Swords as well too. He's gonna sell Zoe to not waste any time. I guess he doesn't want Cassiopeia to for the Mystic or Battlecast synergy along for the Mystic synergy along the way. So we'll see exactly what he wants to build into in the future. Blitzcrank's pull the Caitlyn, doesn't matter, not important anyways. The ones that do damage will be the extra sniper and the Nocturne, I guess. And he's also doing a lot of damage here too, that's quite nice. And he's also very tanky if she goes off, that's a lot of shield value. And actually takes the opponent down, wow. Young Panon's on a very big loss streak at the moment, he just keeps going up hard. He's just lost streaking his gold, not that bad either, on his side. I guess he's not going to sell the Annie for economy because he wants to go for Annie 3 star. That's a good choice too. If you're going to get the unit anyways, it is better to go for that particular direction. Young Panon wants to go for a Rebel Blaster Tech again, it seems. He can put the IE onto the Jinx. I personally would prefer if he gets a Victor, like a Victor carry comes out of this, but I guess it's fine. He needs to find a Aurelion Soul for damage later because the Rods will be wasted. Like his items are kind of awkward to go for the Blaster Tech, Rebel Tech for this reason. Confusing, very confusing. He doesn't know if he wants to give the jewel, the crit item to Darius or the Jinx, because they both can go good either ways. I would just make Jewel Gauntlet and try to go for Riven or Victor as the main carry, but there he is, getting perma-stunned, couldn't do anything in the end. Where does he locate his Darius along the way? That actually is a big difference because he actually takes a lot more extra damage and doesn't get Space Pirate like Synergy along the way. What happened? Where did he put it at? Okay. Blitzcrank at the end corner, Graves on the left corner. Okay. His front line's lacking too much. That's why. Also, if you're in a situation where you're gonna use Darius, I recommend putting the Rebels a step forward because your Darius is gonna be main carry here, right? It's not Jinx, it's not Yasuo, it's not the other one along the way. You want to put your Rebels more in front so that Darius can fight a bit slower. I would prefer if he took. No, it's actually a bit awkward. Oh man, this is really awkward. I guess I would prefer if he just put the Blitzcrank in a more frontal location and maybe put Graves here instead. Yeah, Graves here, Blitzcrank more in front, so you can focus down the unit first with Darius, so the Darius can charge that way. And then that can also charge the Jinx along the way too. So Blitzcrank more in front, Graves, Blitzcrank more in front, Graves to the rightmost corner, and the Rebels more to the front too, one step more to the front so they can focus down first. I think that would be much better in the end. That positioning would do a bit better. And if you're gonna make IE, just make IE. If you're gonna make 그리고 말파이가 좋죠. Yeah, Malphite over the ass was also real nice too. Actually, the focusing was kind of fine here. It got hit by Vi. That's fine. I know you can't do anything against that. Never mind. There was no issue with the position. He just it was just countered by somebody else. It got hit by Vi into Nautilus. You can't do anything about that. Since the Malphite was too squishy, it just died off to a guy with Giant Slayer and IE. This is ridiculous. He's wrong. Okay. 안녕하세요, 촌님 반갑습니다. 그냥 간단하게 대회 잠시 보는 중이에요.
진수 선수 기분 많이 안 좋겠는데.
It got hit by the Vi. Unfortunate. He is going for rebel ticks along the way. I think he wants to go for 6 rebels. Right. He's going to add in the Oh, what is this? Is he going for a sniper transition? Smart. Really surprised he sold the Israel though, because I don't think he needs Graves and the other one all the way. He's found the Fizz. Nice. He can give the Fizz the items for that particular end. I think he's confused though. He's going for too many stuff at once. He can buy the Zed and put the Fizz in instead. Like what I would do is I would sell Darius. I would give Fizz these items. I honestly want to make Jewel Gauntlet. Honestly want to make Jewel Gauntlet onto the fish. And the fish can actually one-shot their backline in the end. That's actually really strong. Much better than Darius at this point in the game. He can also put the Gnar in. Does he have 4 brawlers? He does not have 4 brawlers, does he? Unfortunately, couldn't find a Vi. I think this composition got too confused. Now, do you know why this is happening? Do you know why he's buying this and that? It's because he doesn't know what he's going for. And the optimal build he goes for changes after every single roll. Like every time he rolls, the build that he is most likely to win with changes. Because the options like changes probabilities. Like he's offered a Teamer round, he's offered the Gnar round. In this case, you gotta be decisive. In this case, you gotta play dumb, right? The correct play in this play is to stop thinking and just say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go for like a Teemo comp and just buy the units that are relevant to that composition in the end. In this case, I'm gonna go for a Brawler Blaster comp, and in that case, you just want to play dumb and just go for those particular units. I think it was better to go for 4 Brawlers, right? 4 Brawlers in the front and go for any source of damage. This is actually a really good source of damage, Fizz right here. Fizz, I'm not sure about Teemo because Teemo needs blue buff to perform a bit better, and you also need a secondary carry too. So I think just going for like a blaster comp, right? Maintain the Jinx, just use Fizz as support. Sell the Darius because Darius doesn't really perform that well during the mid game at that stage. He's more of an early like game card, and just transition in that particular way. He should also put the Gnar onto the board too. I think Gnar should have been on the board as well. Israel was better than Graves. So this might have been a bit too greedy on holding Darius for a while, I think. It's still fine if Darius pops off. If you can eco your opponent with Darius, that is still fine. But I feel like it was a bit greedy and slow. Alright. Unfortunately, it's a Bobby. This is unlucky though. It's just really unlucky positioning. If this was killing anything else, like even like a Leona or something, that would be nice, but no. Alright, so this happens because you're offered too many stuff. He's going for blasters, but he's offered rods, right? So he had very bad item RNG, right? So he's just wondering, what do I go for? This, that, and then he buys this, and then he buys that. 네네네. 천둥님 지금 대회 잠깐 보는 중이어가지고 아마 이거 보고 나면 찍고 많이 연락해줄 거예요. 아까 답장한 줄 알았는데 안 됐었구나. 죄송합니다. Alright. I would rather go for the infiltrate right there, right? Infiltrator rebels, right? Add in the Fizz in. I think that would be much stronger. Fizz does a lot of damage, especially with the hat. Dude, if you make a Fizz smart, it does a lot of damage, guys. Riven's a great idea too. 예, 감사합니다. Riven's also a good choice. Riven can be Blade Master Rebels, alright? He can put the Riven in, he can go for Ionic, Hat. That's actually really good to get there. Alright? 끝나고 제가 채팅 보내면 될까요? 그냥 트위치로 채팅 보내면 되나?
리븐에 모든 걸 걸겠다. 그냥 본인이 하려고 했던 대로 그냥 리븐 가져오네요. 그렇죠.
Let's see. Here, this is Roy got going for cybernetic along the way. His items are bow, cloak. Ah, this guy's bad items too. He's rolling early to see if he can find the upgrades, middle tier upgrades like Vi upgrades. 아, 긴말 확인? 긴말 지금 확인할게. Let me check a short message, guys. I do apologize.
빼주고 일단 50까지 투입이 됐습니다. 시공간 시너지까지 보고 있고요.
피드백.
로이조 선수 상황이 너무 좋아 보이는 게 3-5에 바이 이성이 찍히고 템도 엄청 좋거든요. 바이한테 주는 게 좋아 보이고. 그렇죠. 이제 이거를 돈이 없네요.
많이 좀 투자가 됐어요. 6레벨에 이제 2골드 남아있는 상태고 최후의 속삭임이 있는 베인이긴 합니다만 아직 1성입니다. 그래서 앞 라인을 녹이는 데는 시간이 꽤 필요하죠.
제가 상황이 좋다고 한 게
네.
이대로
Alright.
그냥 레벨업을 한 다음에 베인 이성만 찾으면
I
정말
see.
강할 것 같다라는
리로를
말씀을
좀-
드리려고 했는데
네.
6레벨에 지금 돈이 없네요.
많이 한 것 같은데요, 리로를?
What's going on here?
투자가 많이
Sabinets, but low roll Sabinets. Now, this is a situation where... Now, this guy's situation is interesting, right? This is a... where's he at? This is a low roll Sabinets situation. So, Sabinets are supposed to be strong during the mid game because of the units that they require is actually very cheap. They just need tier 3s and tier 1s mostly upgraded to get the win streak early on. He couldn't find a vein and his items are actually really bad for Sabinets. Cloak, he was offered like the Silencer cloak, right? Cloak, rod, crit item, bow, into a chainmail, right? He doesn't have that much damage, so his vein will not be a monster.
보이는 게 3-5에 바이
He also all in his gold. Like, this is what you want to do. You want to all in your gold so you can find your upgrades fast to win streak or save HP along the way,
이거를
right?
돈이 없네요.
But he couldn't find anything relevant along the way, so he's gonna take a lot of damage from his opponents. The opponent there did the same thing too, so they wouldn't fall off too much, and that is the Korean playstyle, right? You go for a strong mid-game composition that requires tier 2s and tier 3s, right?
말씀을 드리려고 했는데
네.
6레벨에 지금 돈이 없네요.
많이 한 것 같은데요, 리로를?
투자가 많이 된 것으로 보이고 있습니다.
아무래도 대회다 보니까 선수들이 조금 급한 것 같아요.
Alright.
진수는 이제 체력 23입니다.
Currently, we're looking at Yongpanang's board at the moment. He's going for a Sork transition. That's smart, that's smart. So he's transitioning to Sorks and Mech Sorks because the units and the itemizations offered to him was a bit awkward. Now, it's kind of sad because he got unlucky with the itemization. He went for Rebel Blasters first, but since he wasn't offered any of the relevant Rebel Blaster techs, he was forced to transition into this. But it is stronger to go for this composition in the end, so he actually made the right choice. And as I said earlier before the game started, this is a force of nature like a galaxy, so fitting in extra synergy is really easy. So he can fit in 6 Sorks and 3 mechs, and with like an extra ribbon carry along the way as well too. So this guy made a really nice decision there. He has a 9 loss streak though, so that's actually pretty unfortunate. He needs to get lucky from this point on and win every single fight. Let's see if that can happen.
아마 4-1
Once he hits level 7, he's gonna put Twist Fate in for the Chrono synergy. Alright, let's go.
리븐 이성이든
The mech does not have any items, but the mech is just a supporter for the Riven along the way. Riven does have a lot of stats. Now, there's actually one thing to consider besides that, and the one thing is the mech better, or is 6 Sorks better, right? Because I would personally prefer just a Fizz in the composition. I would take a Rumble, put a Twisted Fate in, and hit level 7, and add, if he doesn't have Zoyan right here, and add Zoyan and go for 6 Sorks instantly. I think that's much better to go for in this particular scenario at hand. I think that's what I would go for. Just to make the Riven a monster, but ooh, this guy's a problem for him at the moment because Cassiopeia does such a good job in taking down Sorks in general. In order for Yongpanang to win, he needs to get a secondary carry that can do enough damage because Riven course will fall off in the end. But that was actually a really good transition from his part because it matches his itemization much better on the way. It's just really unfortunate he had to be forced to transition. That's very unlucky.
파라다이스 선수는 아직도 뽑기가 1성이네요. 한참 전부터 페어를 들고 있었는데 이러면 그냥 제이스가 뜨면
Alright.
제이스 이성이 먼저 붙을 것 같습니다.
네, 뒤집게도 떴습니다.
Here was this Batch. Ooh, Force of Nature, nice. What is he going for? This is Paradise going for a Blaster tech. He had a Vanguard for start, but he did decide to go for Blaster because his itemization is what, a Death Blade? Interesting. Yeah, this guy low rolled items too. He has a cloak, belt, cloak, chainmail, rod, sword, alright. He did load all the items, but he's gonna go for a 4 blaster tech. Wow, double force of nature does allow him to get a lot of extra synergies in. Not sure exactly what he wants. Mystics, Mystic Battlecast. Alright, Mystic Battlecast it seems. No rep buff, so it's like a combo can't perform. Does he actually want to go for the Swordbreaker? Nah, he wants to save it for like rep buff in the end. If he's gonna save it for rep buff, doesn't he just want to make a dragon's like claw instead to make his frontline tank here? We'll have to see. The opponent is a perfectly itemized Vanguard like Mystic comp, and this composition just doesn't have enough damage. Like even if you have numbers, 4 Vanguards, 4 Mystics in this galaxy is just ridiculously strong, right?
9레벨까지 간 거랑 마찬가지니까 그냥 여기서 리롤 더 해서 밸류를 높이는
So he does need to like go for it. Now, like the force of natures are nice, but his build choice blasters are really awkward. Like the reason why it's awkward is because he doesn't have any damage. Like usually blasters don't really need damage, they just need utility, but he doesn't have a Blitzcrank to help the Jinx pop off. Like if he had a Blitzcrank to help him kill the squishy minions first, then it could be a bit better, but now no, his items just spell disaster for the blaster comp at the moment, but he did low roll the items. That's quite sad.
마찬가지니까 그냥 여기서 리롤 더 해서
Alright, now we are looking at Begujo's board. This is the guy who went for he has an Annie 3-star and he just found the Fizz and went for the infiltrators. He actually has an Echo for the 5 like infiltrator series. That's kind of interesting. His items on the mech are perfect too. His HP is 41, 7th place in the moment, but it's not that bad. He's offered a I think Shojin is better here, right? Going for Shojin's on Echo. Oh no, he just decides to blue buff on Echo so that Echo can get off faster. Ah, that makes sense. Echo usually does not ult twice, so he decides to go for blue buff so Echo can ult faster to debuff the opponent, so the opponent does not do too much damage to his composition time. That's a great choice. He's also gonna save the sword for a different item, like another extra giant slayer or like a guardian angel on the way to deal more DPS to your opponents too. The mech is ridiculously strong with these items. These itemizations make mechs one of the most strongest mid game comps in the game. Woof, take him down. Disaster for the blaster. Disaster for the blaster.
아무래도 리롤을 한 결과가 좀 보고 싶은데
Alright, now we're looking at Young Panon's board. Actually losing to the Vanguard sniper play. What was his build again? Ah, Riven 1-star and ooh, a Gangplank. He does need 6 Storks for this tech to work. I personally don't know if keeping Rumble and Gangplank's the right answer. Like, I don't know if these two are right. Gangplank and Rumble. Like, it is nice to add in some utility with the AoE like a stun. But the Riven's a 1-star. Oh wait, but Gangplank 2-star is a completely different story though. Gangplank 2-star can work. We'll have to see though. I think 6 Storks are better with a Fizz 2-star. Fizz 2-star's ultimate 6 Storks should be better. I think that's better on the way, but it's so hard to make that decision because he does have a Guardian Angel for Gangplank, so it does seem right, but Guardian Angels will not do that much damage. Well, against this opponent, it doesn't matter either way, because the opponent's far too tanky from takedown. Does it? Is he too tanky? He does need Riven 2-star, but he's level 7. The odds of him finding Riven 2-star is very low. By low, I mean impossible. The Gangplank did do a lot of damage, though, but it's just not enough to take down the opponent. The opponent also has a Dragon's Claw. Ooh. And he gets taken. No, wait, that's enough damage to kill him. No! Oh, man, that was unlucky. So this guy did not get upgrades early on. He's a very good player, one of the best, but he just found 0 upgrades. He was forced to transition. His items were very awkward. He couldn't find the upgrades that he wanted either, so that was just an unlucky GG. All 8th place games are ridiculously unlucky games. Oh man, poor guy. His items did not match his build. Right? He was offered rebels, right? But he was offered Sork items, so he had to force the transition to Sorks because the build's better that way. And oh man, that's kind of sad. It was the right decision because if he had Riven 2-star and all the other calls he wanted, or maybe random Gangplank 2-star, then he would have been much stronger. And it's a Force of Nature galaxy, so going for Source actually much more recommended in this galaxy too because you can fit the synergies much better. So that was unlucky for him. Right now, the Vanguard Mystic player is having fun going for this guy with the perfect items in Cassiopeia. 2 blue buffs means he can use that blue buff on Thresh or Urgot later too. Looking great for him. Currently, we look at Beguj, almost 6 infiltrators. For real? Is that 6? Check.
미래를 뭐 그려본다면 아직 가능성이
Oh, he has 6 that is a 6 infiltrator mech with Annie 3-star and the perfect mech items. The attack speed should be 130%-ish, right? It's going to transform. Let's see the attack speed moving right there, and woo, that mech is fast. Wow. He's up against Vanguard Mystics. Vanguard Mystics are very tanky in the end, but Titan Resolve charged to full 3 shots at Cassiopeia.
공격이 와 정말 빠르네요.
Wow, I've never seen a 6 infiltrator call before. Wow, that's amazing.
확실히 사자리
Man, that's amazing.
네,
Wow.
정말
차이가 많이
다르네요.
나거든요.
네. 근데 메카도 이제 잠입자가 이제
Alright, what's this guy going for at the moment?
그렇죠.
Wow, he's also close to Neko 2-star too. That composition might be really fun. At a tournament scene too. Currently, Mukajon is going for a sniper tech, a Vanguard Brawler sniper hybrid scenes with Team as main carry. The eyes for Team is not that perfect, so it's not going to be a good situation. It's only a Guinsu, but it's not that. Guinsu's not that good.
컬러풀해요.
아, 그러니까요.
네.
Ooh, 6 infiltrators,
메카를
ouch.
씌울 수도 없으니까.
He has the economy to level up. He has 1 sword left at the moment.
궁금한데, 저는 레벨
Man,
업에서
that's
그냥
nice.
팔강을 넣는 게
Especially if he finds like a 2-star too.
근데 아무래도 이제 잠입자 덱이다 보니까 샤코랑 제드의 삼성작이 좀 중요하다고 생각해요.
Really enjoy your stream. Oh, thank you very much, man. You learned a lot. Ah, thank you very much, Thunder. Thank you for telling me that. That makes me smile. And ooh, a nice like Zephyr Blitzcrank pull tech from Bijan Bomb right there. The opponent was not suspecting. Currently, Roy God is going for a cybernetic tech, but Vane's his main source of damage, so if Vane dies, it is quite awkward for him to win the fight. That's why it's usually safer if you're not paying attention. It's usually safer to put the carries in the middle. Like something like Vane doesn't matter if you put in the middle in the end, anyways. All right, let's see how this comp is going. How's your English? That's good. Oh, thank you very much for the compliment, sir. I used to live in Stacy out of Washington for 5 years during my elementary school days. Thank you very much for saying such a nice thing. Currently, we are looking at Manjistong's build. He's saving Victors for the extra DPS card along the way. He also needs to find a replacement for Bard. There's only one replacement, Lulu, so that he can sell Bard for the blue buff and he can put it on Victor or Urgot later on. He's probably just gonna keep it until he hits level 9 though. Like that's what most people usually do. So we'll see. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 complete items and 1 component. So he's gonna get 1 more item here. What could it be? A sword. Infinity Edge, it seems. Infinity Edge. Alright, he can use Infinity Edge. Currently, we're looking at Fidget Bum's board at the moment. He's going for blasters, but no jinxes. Oof, this is when blasters fall off like crazy. You need to find 4 jinxes for this work. The only way Fidget Bum can get a good position here is if you use the Zephyr Blitzcrank to target the enemy's main carries consistently. That's the only way. He's putting in Vanguards, but you don't need Vanguards at this point. No, take him out, take him out. You don't need Vanguards. Like going for 4 blasters is much better than going for Vanguards. No, sell it. Yeah, sell. Good. Smart. Great idea. He gave the Thieves Gauntlet to Gnar so that Gnar can evolve faster, and the opponent is a 6. Guardian Angels Infiltrator Zeroff. 6 Infiltrator Guardian Zeroff. My lord. Echo's popping off. The mech is doing damage. The mech is ridiculously fast. Quicksilver did pop up, but oh my god, the Zeroff is doing work. Youch. Dude, that's one cool composition. Dude, that's a dream comp. Great stream, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, that mech right, dude, that attack speed. How can you rack that thing that fast? Alright, currently he's level 8. He's looking for the Echo. He put in 2 Echoes on composition. That's what happened. A second Zeroth, the second Echo. Wow. Is there any other things you can add in? Demolitionist at best. So he's gonna look for a Gangplank, an Echo, and a Zeroth, and his composition will be lit. Wow. He also saved the sword for that reason too, huh? Very smart. Thank you for sharing knowledge. Oh, thank you for enjoying that. 2 Echoes is great like a unit to put in. His mech is very strong. He doesn't really need to reposition the mech in any way, but the opponent has Urgots. We'll see. Yeah, thresh into Urgots. Zephyrs does not work on the mech. The mech does a lot of damage, especially against the Vanguards in general. It's not gonna be enough to kill them, but ooh, the Urgot just one-shotted. The mech will just keep getting stronger as time passes. The bad thing about the Echoes is that it does delay. It does negate the Quicksilver effect from the mech, so the mech will stay still for a very long time. But ooh, Teemo is actually taking down the mech. Teemo is actually a hard character mech because of the CC potential gives. And this is a situation where Echoes can actually be detrimental, right? Like the Echo when it ults, like it just eats your Quicksilver time, so the mech is immune for a lot shorter duration. So it's quite sad for this reason. Currently, this one has. Oh no, wait. Why does he have Quicksilver on Vayne? Usually you don't need Quicksilvers on Vayne because Vayne has really good survivability anyways. You're just supposed to position Vayne in a place where she won't get CC. That's how it usually goes. If you have Blade Master, it's better to put the Blade Master out on Vayne instead for damage. I'm really surprised about this in general. You don't Quicksilver Vayne, guys. Vayne has enough survivability in the end. So it would have been much better for him to just put the Blade Master onto the Vayne and Quicksilver. If you really need to make Quicksilvers, maybe Irelia, maybe Irelia, so Irelia can keep on popping off. Maybe. He also can just make the Frozen Art on Divide too. Surprised he didn't do that yet. You don't really need the components for the other side. Nice, right? Frozen Art is a very good card. Looks a bit awkward. He's gonna put the tier onto Irelia though. Irelia is a very important card to give the tier 2 in the end. Blade Master Lucian, I don't like that idea. Man, that's awkward. He's the one that couldn't find Echo because why? Begujo has 2 Echoes in the moment. He took a Cloak Vein and he upgraded it. That's why. Oh, that's not good. I guess he wanted Runaz then instead. That's unfortunate. Makes sense because he does need to take less damage immediately, but Zeroth finishing off the vein, taking a lot of damage. Shot down. Survives. Dude, that tech is cool. 6 Infiltrator is ridiculously cool. That's awesome. Currently looking at Mountain Song, the Vanguard Mystic player. In this game, since most people low roll, the Vanguard Mystic are just dominating. Because there's nothing strong enough to kill the Vanguards in the front. You need a very strong column to take down the Vanguards in the end. We'll see.
배구조아 선수도 한 번 아까 진 이후로 피가 다들 비슷하거든요.
그렇죠. 연승을 계속 이어나가지 못했습니다. 저희가 봤었던 전투 구도였죠. 베인이 한번 구르면서 잠입자들을 잘 벗겨냈고요. 얼심. 이제 전투 한 번이면 우리가 또 마무리가 될 것으로 보이고 있고.
Alright, now we're looking at Manjusong's board at the moment. Manjusong currently... Roy got, never mind. Roy got currently... You don't need the Gnar here. He put the Gnar in for the Brawlers, but since the Gnar's not up... He has 2 more Veins, he can remake it. I'm surprised he didn't decide to remake Vayne. I think remaking Vayne was the right decision there. He's selling the Gnars because he doesn't need Gnar. You don't need Gnars. No, sell them. Oh, he did find Gnar though. Alright, makes sense. I think holding on to the Vayne and remaking Vayne for better optimization was much better. Holding on to the Gnar and Lucian along the way, I think that was much better to go for. Irelia will take the item there for the extra synergetic effects. And we'll see. The Vayne does not have enough damage with 2 damage items. Especially since there's so many Vanguards in the lobby. The Jinx is popping up. It didn't get stunned by Vi. Very well protected. That Karma location on Jinx was perfect there. And who shot down. The Monkey's too tanky along the way. Against this guy, even if he did have Blade Masters on Vayne, it wouldn't have made a difference. No. This guy's very tanky. He went for a very nice comp too. I think that was 4 Vanguards and 2 Mystics in a Blaster comp. Not going for like a Brawlers. Yeah, 4 Vanguards, 3 Blasters, 3 Cybernetics. Interesting build. So this is the non-brawler variation of the composition. 3. He found an Echo. I'm not sure about 3 though. Oh, he has 2 Force of Natures. This is a guy that had 2 Force of Nature at the moment. Interesting. So he has 4 Vanguards, 2 Mystics, so his frontline is ridiculously tanky. He uses Jinx for the extra damage. He has 3 Blasters. I don't like the fact that he has 3 Blasters though. So he needs to cut something, either the Cybernetic or the Chronos. Chronos should be much better because it buffs the Jinx too. I don't think he needs Cybernetics whatsoever, so selling the Lucian for a Fizz that he has on his inventory. Or maybe the Relic should be better once he finds the upgrade. I guess he's just waiting for the upgrade, okay. He does lack a lot of damage items, so going for a tanky frontline for sustainable damage is a good idea too. He's just trying to look for a good target to Shroud at the moment and protect his Jinx if possible. He's playing the Jinx more in the back because it's safer that way. He's playing the Shroud in the middle to Shroud the Lulu, good idea. I feel like Victor would matter though. Currently he does have 2 Mystics, Soraka and Karma protecting the Jinx, so Jinx will not die that easily, but up against the Vanguard it's going to take forever to kill them. Echo does pop off, but Cassiopeia should do better against like to damage his like his composition compared to the other one. The Wukong is spending a lot of time with Warmonks, Dragon Tooth, and Ionis, but it's just not good enough. Lulu's a 2-star, so Jinx did did get stunned for a very long duration. Jinx did pop up, but too late and takes damage in the end. This is the itemization difference. If he had better items, it would not like happen this way. It seems Paradise still defends, so he doesn't want to go that route. But ooh, what is this? A sniper. He's also sniper Vanguards, 4 Vanguards into a Teemo and Vayne, so he's a hyper tech along the way. There's a lot of 4 Vanguards on top, yeah.
제라스 2성. 구인수?
그리고 꽃비는 뭐죠?
Oh, Guinsus for Xerath 2-star. He's found Echo 2-star. He has Xerath 2-star too. For some reason he has a Boppy. I don't know why he has a Boppy there. I guess he just wanted to put anything there. Alright. Wow. That's amazing. He's probably gonna go for Demolitionist next. Demolition is the best card to get after this one. He also wants to find a Fizz 2-star. He shouldn't have Fizz 2-star if he has that Fizz on inventory at the moment. And he's gonna go into Xerath. Wow. Karma is also a nice pick to put in. He can also put in Sorcerer with Victor. Victor is also a nice pick too. Oh no, he already has Source. Never mind. So he can just take out the unit for Karma. Karma can buff out of the Xerath or the mech. Both are fine. Take it out. Roll once more. Put in the Karma. Onto Xerath, it seems. Xerath's an okay choice as well. I think mechs could be a bit better, honestly. But Karma's also fine too. Xerath's also fine too. Alright. 6 Infiltrator Xerath 2-star Green Suit Infiltrator talents into a Guardian Angels. Let's see how that goes. It's going to be Manjusong versus Mukkajon. It's going to be Sniper Vanguards versus Vanguard Mystics, and Vanguard Mystics just has so much damage that Victor has an IE blue buff in the Chalice. But Snipers also do a lot of damage too, so it's gotta be good enough. Urgot pulls in the Cassiopeia, but it's not good enough. Lulu's gonna heal, but the Mystics are just far too tanky, and Mukkajon is out. Your Manjusong is ridiculous. Like his damage items on Cassiopeia and Victor is just amazing. So all the 4 Vanguard techs just have no meaning whatsoever. We'll see. Currently looking at Gonga Jerry, he's going for a mech Urgot tech. Interesting. So he has a mechs, Urgots, and double Zephyrs. He has Janna 2-star in the back to buff the mech and the composition of the race seems. He also has the Cinder for the Star Guardian series as well too. That's interesting. Wow. What's he going for? He's trying to aim after the Xerath, the scene, so Xerath does not pop. It's actually better if Xerath floats, so he can go off slower. We'll see about that. Urgot is a bit of a threat towards the mech player because the Urgot will pull the main carry, the mech or the other ones, and that is very, very dangerous. At first it pulls the Zeds, that's actually kind of useless, but ooh, the mech actually lost to that mech. That's quite interesting to say. Xerath is still alive. Can you finish it off? Yep. Xerath does have Gleeson just to keep getting faster. Will the Urgot pop off in time? Not enough. And Gonga Jerry gets taken down by the mech. Now the mech player actually has enough damage to take down the Mystic Vanguards. The reason is because Cassiopeia is a very short-ranged carry. So what happens is that Cassiopeia actually walks towards the mech and actually suicides that way. That's how it goes in this matchup. So pretty sure Manjusong won't really do that well against the opponents in the end. Also, Manjusong does not have Nautilus 2-star or like the Wukong 2-star. So it's actually very squishy. I don't like the idea of going for 2 Echoes because the Echo will actually delay the Xerath's Xerath's like a transformation time. I think that's how it goes. We'll see. It's going to be the Xerath walking in. It's gonna be good enough. Xerath actually gets deleted, but the mech is still alive. Can ult? The damage from the mech is insane. Can the mechs clean up in time? Annie's trying their best. Annie ults. Bam! Take him down. It's going to be Fizz and Rumble versus the girls Karma and Soraka. Oofy takes down the Karma, but Soraka's healing and beats down the Fizz. Man, that girl versus mech action. Alright. Ionics, Last Whispers. Last Whispers good against the mech, but I don't think he needs that anymore at this point. He takes out the Thresh and the crit out instead. That's kind of nice. Don't use anything special, just the basic effects. Now the Mystic Vanguard tech is just falling off. That tech is weak because it doesn't really have. It's still not like complete yet. Jewel Gauntlet. Wow. Dude, this is the dream comp right here. Dude, mech infiltrators can't get better than this. This is one of the best like mech infiltrator comps you can go for. The opponent does have Urgot though. That's a bit dangerous. We'll see how it decides to go for it. Manjasong will not do well against the Urgot player, mech player either. He won't have enough damage. We'll have to see. He's swapping his Urgot around to snipe the Cassiopeia and the Victor. Cassiopeia actually the frontmost lane. Victor is going to get sniped. No, Monika's gets sniped. But Monika has all the items, so his main item carrier has got sniped first. Cassiopeia is attacking from behind, but as I said, Cassiopeia walks towards the mechs and suicides usually. So it's just like a died off in that sense. And woof, Jana popping up the composition. Bam, taken down. Surprised how strong this composition is, right? 배그 조합을 저는 잘 모르겠어요. 또 이번에 대해서 하는 게 없어서. 저 대회라서 하는 거지. 저는 그 전엔 사적으로 하는 게 없어가지고. But his items are really cool. Like these are all uncontroversial. These are all like a very awkward items, like not common items, right? We'll see. It's going to be the infiltrator player versus the Urgot player. Urgot in the back to pull the mech in the front. He has Star Guardians, so the Star Guardians will actually charge each other up, which is very nice. And the mech just in range of the enemy mech is like getting pulled, and Zeroth and Gangplank actually getting Zephyr, so they actually don't get much value in the end. Urgot actually getting charged by the other Star Guardians in the end, and bam. GG. Wow, that was cool. 우르곳이 가장 멀리 있는 접근인가요? 그렇죠. 여기 우르곳 그 명령어도 있어요. 그걸로 그림으로 확인할 수 있어요. Yup. The Zephyr's got the back line. And the Urgot was just in range of the mech game pull first. That was amazing. That comp was actually really strong. It's not a comp I've seen before. Like, have you guys ever seen this comp? The reason why I like this guy is because this comp, I've never seen this comp before in my life. 2 Storks, 3 Star Guardians, right? 3 Star Guardians. Oh no, 4 Star Guardians, right? 2 Mystics, right? I don't know what this guy's mech game was. It was a bunch of random stuff, I think. But he actually one streak with that too. He didn't take too much damage. And he managed to find 3 Urgots. Like, wow. This composition was amazing. 한글 버전 없나? 글을 읽는 게 아니라 그냥 체스 장기의 그 기사처럼 있잖아요. 기사처럼 움직인다. 대신 체스는 2번 움직이고 1번 움직이잖아요. 두 번 한 번 있잖아요. 여기 오토 체스는 3번 한 번. 그렇게 생각하시면 돼요. 그런 선수라고 볼 수가 있겠. Good plays for him.
너무 잘해요.
Usually the ordinary mech build is either infiltrators, mystics, or Victor. Victor is the main carry. Usually you do those in general.
격차가 나기 때문에
정말 근소한 차이였는데.
You're just sweating. Good game there, right? Good game. 2 first places in a row, that's amazing. Those are some very nice builds. Both had Urgot 2 stars in them, but they were still a very nice build nonetheless. Alright, let's check the next game then. Alright, now this is game 3 of the tournament at the moment. The Zephyr placements were also really good. Zephyrs and Urgot countered it perfectly. So now we're currently looking at Lloyd Gott's sort of view. This is the star cluster. Losing early in this galaxy is rewarded because you're offered upgrading units, so you can focus on winning from the mid game. If you do low roll hard, it's something you do think. Now, strategies you can use in this galaxy is very simple. For example, actually, let me use the restaurant right back. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Let's turn this on so you guys aren't too bored.
곡궁을 뺏기고 눈을 한번 감았습니다.
또 감았어요?
1등을 해야 되기 때문에 아마 마이덱을 좀 염두에 두고 있지 않았을까.
그렇죠.
네, 음전제 망토를 챙겨갔네요. 만재성 선수는 대검 챙겨가고 좀 약간 사색에 잠긴 듯한 뭔가 좀
기도를 하려면 지금
마인드
시간밖에 없습니다.
관리를 좀 하는 것 같습니다.
이제 후반에는 배치하느라 바쁘고 리롤하느라 바쁘고 펜주느라 바쁘거든요. 기도를
그렇죠.
하려면 지금 해야 됩니다.
가장 여유 있는 시간이 바로 이 초반 크림 라운드죠.
그렇죠. 파라다이스 선수.
One of the strategies that I use is that amongst the tier 2 carries, what are there? Stuff like Zed and Lucian, mostly Lucian and Kog'Maw. I usually like sometimes if I don't find upgrades, lose on purpose, so I can just take a Lucian or like a Kog'Maw from the inventory and win from that point on, because having an extra blaster is pretty nice. You can also take Vanguards or Sorks like Ari, Modekaiser, and Nautilus too. Mostly Modekaiser and Ari.
이제 랭크된 배구 좋아.
So that's something you can use until stage 2-3, and then you can win from that point. That's something you can choose to do.
사실 메카 잠입이
Because honestly, the curse is ridiculously important here. It's very, very significant for sure.
해서 좀 하위권으로 내려갈 가능성도 저는 있다고 봅니다. 저번 판이 너무 잘 풀렸던 거고.
이게 또 잘 풀릴
Thank you for the
때 보면
exceptionally
너무나
good content.
강력해 보이지만
I am
사실 이제
proud of having
TFT
you
같은
as my
경우에는
favorite
최악의 상황을
streamer.
항상 그 염두를
Good
하면서
luck in
게임을
future
해야 되거든요.
tournaments and
그렇죠.
streaming.
사실 저번
감사합니다.
North Rage 1 with a 3-month sub saying thank you for the exceptionally good content. Thank you for the exceptionally good message sub. I do appreciate that. Alright, I'll try my best. Fighting.
일단 로이가 선수.
This is the previous patch.
뭐가 나왔습니다.
But honestly, the meta didn't really change that much from the patch so far. So I didn't think it'd be much of a difference. Alright, let's see what's been going on so far. Stage 2-1. Currently looking at Young Pan on Sport. He's level 4. He has 3 cybernetics, 2 bells. Oh! This guy, you know, I've been seeing this guy's past 3 games. He's a ridiculously good player. He knows how to match his composition and the he knows how to transition. He knows what comps are strong and weak. He knows how to position properly too. But you know what's going on with this guy's games? Dude, belt, belt, belt. Cloak, cloak, cloak. Alright. Chainmail, chainmail, chainmail. His item orange was really bad in tournament. Like, it's ridiculously bad. Like, dude, belt, belt. The only thing that can use belt belts here is like protectors, and he was obviously wasn't offered protectors, and he was offered a lot of cybernetics too. Now, the good thing about cybernetics, if you're offered bad items, is that you can just use them as components. I think he can sell the Twisted Fate. He can sell Twisted Fate there, right? Yes, not. It's fine. It's fine not to sell it too, though. Actually, he doesn't have a good. No, he can sell Twisted Fate and Zoe, and the Twisted Fate does more damage. It's fine. It's fine. But the good thing about going for cybernetics with bad items is that, like, it does allow you to use them as components, and that sometimes can be just good enough to win. Twisted Fate's strong enough to win, so this was the right decision. Twisted Fate allowed him to win that fight. Zoe would not have won that fight for sure. Yeah, he built on Lucian so you can use it on red buff later. I think that's the route he wants to go for. Currently, we're looking at Paradise build. He's making a Rudin. He likes this tech a lot, huh? Solaris. It's actually okay here. It's actually okay here. Alright. It's actually okay here because he has Bard. So, Lucky W Iron Solari allows him to save a lot of stats during the early mid game. He can use Bar to eco up, and Bar gains more eco the longer units survive. That's what Solari does. So it's actually okay to utilize this to eco to get the economic edge. That's a great idea actually. And it's also really good because it's the Star Cluster Galaxy. Since it's a Star Cluster, if he keeps losing with this, but losing really slowly, he's just gonna have so much of an economic advantage while taking all the items and all the units he wants along the way too. So this is actually a very smart strategy to go for on his side. Manjastone going for the Blast Stun is much better if he has the Battlecast, but he does not have Battlecast yet. His star is also really strong too. He's not moving the meeps towards his location. He's looking to see if he can make the belts to win the fight in the end, if it's gonna be relevant or not. Alright, it's not gonna be relevant at all, I feel. So he's just gonna chill. It's better not to use items if possible. Only use them if desperate, but ooh, 5 gold along the way. And look at their HP. This is also Solari valid right here. Your units would have die much faster, so if he didn't use Lucky the Iron Solari and just held the items on his inventory, he would have lost that fight too. Ooh, nice, nice. He's actually offered the Karma as well too. The upgrade unit is much better at this point in the game instead of going for the Mystic synergy right now. Graves is much better, so good choice from him. Gonga Jerry with the Jarvan start into a Sork backline. He has Star Guardians of that. His build doesn't really seem that strong. I guess he wants to level up an extra unit for Vanguards and Dark Stars. Cool. Good location. He split the team together. He has a Rod Crit Item and a Chainmail. but he can't like use the chainmail at the moment because it's distributed amongst your opponents. That is a perfect location for Ari right there, shooting 2 units at once, maximum value. Always position your Ari in a location will hit at least 2, so he positioned it perfectly right there. He's up against a player that's ecoing with Bard. Ecoing with Bard is very good in this galaxy, as I said before, because it can allow you to get the lost streak. You can take the units from the Curzel, items from the Curzel too, and the Curzel is actually very meaningful in this galaxy for sure. Double Frozen Art Irelia Infiltrator, that is the ridiculous godlike. Here the good cards here are Lucian with the belt, that can be a rep up Lucian too. That's it? Mordekai's with Chainmail. I guess those two are the best ones. Everything else is kind of bad. They'll probably just look for the items then. The good individual units could be something like Darius and Zed, but Darius is not as strong as he used to be, which is kind of sad. So they'll just probably look for their items. That was a very bad Curzel though. But it's still the first one. You can lose up until the second Curzel here. Starting for the third, you don't want to lose them because you take too much damage. Very dangerous.
그렇네요.
Alright, we're looking at Mukachan's moment. He went for the... Oh, he's found him. He's found Master Yi, he's found one, and he's like, let's go for it. Alright, this time it's a bit different because he found it first, right? Alright, makes sense. Alright. He has a Cassiopeia at the ready too, but he didn't have any tears or rods, so it is kind of awkward to go for Cassiopeia in the end. He's gonna put the, I don't know, another Zed in, alright. That's fair. He doesn't have the Blade Master, so he's gonna keep on losing for now. I do prefer that he would win if possible, but I guess there was no method for him to do that. If he wants to go for Master E-Tech, then you do need to sell everything else that's not part of your comp, just to maximize your economy. He's fine pretty well, but the opponent has a Warmog on Mordekai's, that's very tanky, and Nanny 2-star in front, that's very smart. The opponent's also ecoing with Bard, amazing, good job. Alright. Master is popping up, he's healing, but the Annie will eventually finish them all. But ooh, that Mordekai's is tanky. Good fight. Lost we continue. Watching what? Dude, get out of here. How dare you disrespect these wonderful players. Rock, get out! These players are very talented, and there's a lot to learn from these games individually. Calling their scrubs is not a good thing to do, bro. So you are out of here. Alright. 4 Chronos and 2 Brawlers in the front. He's using Shen as front line too. He doesn't have that much damage at the moment, but I guess he's also considering a Master Yi tech. He has Master Yi on his board at the moment. This guy's famous for forcing Master Yis in general, so we'll have to see exactly how it goes. I'm pretty sure he'll transition the moment he saw the enemy Master Yi. Going for a contested composition is actually very like dangerous to go for. This patch is 10.12. It was done in the previous patch. Alright. Let's see what direction he wants to go for in the end though. Judging by the way buff Euro, I guess he just wants to go for the Blade Master tech in general. He's gonna hold on to them in the end. His items aren't really optimal. He has 1 Quicksilver as a best. He does not have any bows. More safer to go for like a Blaster Infiltrator tech instead. Like Infiltrators early on, the transition to Blasters. That would be the safer route since he has the materials necessary for it. He does have a lot of Chronos too, so he can actually use that to his advantage. We'll have to see. No, you're not supposed to force E in this case. He doesn't even have the good itemization for it too. He needs to find at least 3 Yis before stage 3-3, I think, in order to like consider it. Like, but you don't really want to do that. Well, of course, the good thing about the Master Yi comp is that you can still get top 4 if you were to manage to get, you know, a 6 Blade Master tech with everything upgraded with perfect itemization. Then you can just go for Master Yi that way, because you don't really need 3 stars to top 4. But going for Master Yi in that situation is suicide. I hope it doesn't happen. It could still happen. This one took the Lucian from the Curzel earlier, so has Lucian 2-star. He's going for Cybernetics. His items are very bad though. He has a Rod, Sword. Not entirely sure what direction he wants to go for. These are the very awkward situations where you're offered a physical damage composition, but are offered like spell like a damage, like ability damage, like atomizations. It is very dangerous. He levels up to make sure he maintains the win streak. Great idea. He gets a Chrono Synergy this way as well too, and he gets a utility effect from the Blitzcrank, stunning an extra unit in the back. The opponent will be Gonga Jerry going for a Vanguard Mystic tech, I guess. Gonga Jerry made a Thieves Gauntlet early so that he won't take too much damage. He also rolled all his gold, I think. I think he rolled all his gold a bit early. Not entirely sure if he did or not. He's at 0. So we'll see how this goes. I guess he just wanted to find some 2-stars. So Gonga Jerry's in a very bad spot, but he got first place. The reason why he can make plays like that is because he got first place twice. So even if he low rolls, he's still, you know, safe and almost guaranteed. How do you personally handle these complicated games with no clear game direction? That's just sense right there. Like that's just like gaming experience and like making decisions based on that point. So I guess it's just experience. And mostly gambles. Like you gamble for one direction or one win condition and just hope it works out. Now Bijinbo's in a really nice spot. He has a very good front line. He has a cybernetic Brawler, Vanguard front, Vanguard and a Vi front line. Vi has Thieves Gauntlet, that's very strong too. And he has perfect items for his Cassiopeia. He's at 10 gold, so he's very beyond any kind, but he did roll so they could find the upgrades of his choice to the win streak during the mid game. That's what the Korean playstyles is. They roll early on at level 6 so they can get their 2-3 cost 2-stars like Vi 2-star right here. And they use that to win streak and eco back up. It's also easy eco up because he does have Bard. Bard does give the economy that he would have lost anyways from the inter-school, so he's not really that behind in total gold in general. This playstyle is much better, much more consistent to do and go for in general. Especially, there's also a chance to high roll with this playstyle too, so you're not really behind whatsoever. We're looking at Paradise's build with a perfect win streak with the Solaris. Great choice from him. His itemization is a Morello potential into a blue buff potential, so he might decide to go for like Cassiopeia comp. Not entirely sure. A lot of people are going for Cassiopeias. Judging by the fact that he has 2 Wukongs and 2 Jaces, that he does want to go for Vanguard Mystics as a transition. He's going to use this Rebel Infiltrator Battlecast composition early on and then transition to that later. The Z 2-star was from the Curse, so that's why the Raw's on the Z, so he can't make Morel Namicons yet, unfortunately. So he's gonna play a bit slower. We're looking at... No, he's looking at other people's wars. Now this comp is very, very fair. He has 3 Rebels, he has 2 Battlecasts. Aloy has Solaris, so he's actually very strong. This is a situation where Solaris is very rewarding in this case, right? In the previous game it wasn't that rewarding, but in this case it was very, very perfectly rewarding. Because he did have a bar to eco up like along the way. It allowed him to win streak to that point too. But his win streak ends here. It's not that like much of a big deal because he got so much extra coming from Bard and he already has like a 40 gold on his like inventory anyways. So he can decide to like chill for a few rounds and decide what to do later. Buying an Ashe, interesting. I wonder if he's considering any other builds. He might decide that since his composition is too contested, he is trying to transition. This is a completed item like Galaxy, and oh, the items are all good. Blue buff, hats, Bramble vest, Hand of Justice, Guardian Angels. Ooh, that's nice. This is a situation where it's much more beneficial to loss streak, but being at Mukkajo's, the 8th place player position, is not really that recommended because he's at, what, 47? No, you don't want to be that low. If there's like a 20 or 30 HP gap between you and the guy that's right above you, it means that something's going awfully wrong. So we'll see. Exclamation mark attorney for attorney results. Let's see. Currently, ooh, blue buff Teemo. So he's actually considering Teemo composition in the end too. I don't like it. Teemo's only good with the perfect team items. I do. Oh, Aurelion Soul. No, that I like. He can also give Aurelion Soul 2 bards. Blue buff onto the other one. Alright, great idea. So he's actually going to give blue buff to Teemo. He has Astros, he has the Aurelion to support. He's actually very strong now at this point. Later, he can give the Aurelion like Wormhouse if he really has to, but the fact that he has a sword kind of like bugs me. He needs to get 2 bows for Giant Slayer, that's how he becomes strong. But if he gets anything else, he won't have damage to take down the opponents. That's the limitation of Demon Comp in general. But the Aurelion Soul is just so good this early, and one of the best to get for sure. He also has after series of bars going to charge him economy, so actually Young Panang is in a really good situation in this game. Except for his items. Except for the fact that he has no damage. He is ecoing pretty well, but since he does not have good items, the units do survive long, but it should be good enough to win. Teemo slowing down the opponents in time. Can Caitlyn ult in time? Caitlyn ult! Close. But actually that's a good thing. He has a perfect loss streak going on with the 64 HP. That's actually a lot of HP to have, and he's actually getting a lot more gold for losing. Wow, good for him. I really hate complicated items when I win. I know, right? Complicated items make the game very difficult. Currently looking at Manjistong's board, he's going for a cybernetic / blaster tech at the moment. Considering the fact that he has 2 Vibes, 1 Gnar. No, he can go for both ways still. He can still go for cybernetics or blasters. He doesn't need to force anything. I don't personally like relying on Jinx. It's very dangerous. We're looking at Mukkajon's build. No. We're going back to Manjistong at the moment. Manjistong is considering cybernetics because he's offered Aurelia. Okay. Finding Jinx is very hard, and Jinx is very weak until you 2-star her, so it's hard to use. So it does make sense. It's going to be the Roy God, the Blade Master player without a single bow. Interesting. Well, I guess Blade Masters themselves are just very strong. You can find 2-star very fast. Roy God does have a lot of HP. It means that he was win streaking with the early duration. He also found Master Yi 2-star pretty fast. So it's actually not weak. Like, going for that comp isn't really weak. But it doesn't really have much of a good future as a Master Yi comp with good items in the end too. So he takes a lot of damage in the end for that. I don't like the idea of forcing Master Yi comps without the proper items too, because the odds are very low. So maybe he wants to level up and add more synergy. Like if he's in this situation, instead of going for Master Yi 3-star, it might be better just level up and go for more synergy in the end. We'll have to see. He has a hat. I'm pretty sure he's going to give that to Fizz later. Fizz is actually a really good target. And 6 Blade Masters too. No, 5 Blade Masters at the moment, so he's waiting for... No, this is the other guy. Roy God needs to get 6 Blade Masters to win streak during the mid game after stage 4. It is very important. He does not need that card anymore. He's gonna give Zeke's to the Yasuo. Now this composition is not really like uselessly weak. It's still 6 Blade Masters. Still does a lot of damage even without the right itemizations. He also has a lot of tank value, so it's not really that bad in the end. And ooh, a free Guinsus and a tier. The tiers are kind of sad, but the Guinsus will do their work, which is pretty very nice. We'll see how this goes. He went for level 7, now he's gonna roll for a few more upgrades. He's gonna buy Fizz, Jinx, another Mastery, 5 Masteries. That's actually a lot of Masteries. A Zed, roll, Zed, upgraded to Zed, adding the Fizz. Oh, where did the Fizz go? Did he sell it? Why is he buying Nars? He doesn't need Nars. He rolls all this gold? That's not right. What's it? Oh, he's looking for 6 Blade Master, that's why. He couldn't find a 6th one, so he didn't find Riven or... Does he not have Zaya? He couldn't find Riven or... oh no, he does have Zaya. Riven or like Aurelia, that's why he couldn't find. So taking a lot of damage for that. He decides not to combine the bow into a Guinsus because he wants to go for Rapid Fire Cannon later, which is, I guess, possible still since he's at 6th place. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be Blade Master with Blade Master in action, but the opponent has 6 Blade Master damage, cannot be compared. This Blade Master tick is weak until they hit the 6 Blade Master synergy in the end, which is what Roy God was looking for. He used all his gold just to find 1 more Blade Master, and that's actually the right decision there because it is such a different power boost and you'll take a lot less damage if you go that route. But he just couldn't find them. Yeah, no Aurelia, no that. He's using Gnar for the moment, I guess. Is that the right choice? I don't think it's the right choice. I think you ignore it. Yasuo, you sell both Nars here. No, you sell both Nars. Sell both. Buy Thresh, put the Thresh down. Master Yi. Sell Thresh. No, sell Thresh, put another Master Yi in. I think that's a bit better for now. Thresh is a bit expensive to go for. Alright, we'll see. Now we're gonna look at Mukkajon's board, the other Master Yi Force. He has a Master Yi 2-star. Doesn't have enough space for Tad and Fizz in as well too. He does have Zed, but no Blade Master, so it's not really that strong either. Another sign to go for Master Yi comes is Blade Master, like Blade of Ruin Kings. The Blade Master like itemization is very important. Gnar actually missed the corner and does not protect Jinx. The Master E 1v1's Gnar, good fight. Like you want to have at least 2 carries in the composition. Making Blade of Ruin Kings on Zed does make Zed a hyper carry in the end. I'm pretty sure he won't be able to put the Fizz in, so it might be better to sell the Fizz for economy. Fizz will be a level 8 unit, and if Fizz is not at this point, you need a Fizz 2-star to get value along the way, so we'll see. This is Gomga Jury going for an early Urgot again. He got Urgot 3 games in a row? Wow. With the Guardian Angels too, wow. That's amazing. He's doing Riven during the mid game, so I guess I get what this player is. He's going for cards that are very strong during the mid game, such as Riven. I'm pretty sure he used Victors and Mechs too. And he finishes off with the Urgots in the end, and that's how it goes. Tier 5. It can be Urgots, but I think it can also be something like Aurelion Souls too. And I see his playstyle. Okay. So he goes for good, strong mid-game cards. I'm pretty sure he can use Protectors too. Utilize them to his advantage. And goes for tier 5 as finish. Makes sense. Nice ult there. Urgot is doing a lot of work. He's doing a lot of support too. Not the optimal items on Cassiopeia, so he's not going to win the fight, but a good fight nonetheless. He lost his streak, but that's fine. He has 40 gold and he has a lot of HP in the end. He's selling the Vanguards because he knows that he won't be able to get Vanguards in front line. So he's going to consider different options. We'll see what those different options are. I am quite surprised he just took out the Vanguards too. What composition is he holding in mind? Maybe Protector comp? Maybe. We'll see. Will he take like the Xin Zhao? Probably not, right?
공과자리 선수는 사실
We'll see, we'll see.
방어에만 성공해도 어느 정도
At this point, Growth Protector seems kind of funky.
그러니까 그런 점을 염두에 두지 않고 그런 점을 염두에 두고 플레이하고 있지 않나라는 생각이 드네요.
그렇죠. 영파낭 진수 선수 현재 체력 44. 제 파라다이스 선수도 59입니다.
노이조 선수가 국궁을 먹었나요?
Alright. Who are we going to see next after this?
가지고 있었는데
먹었네요.
It's going to be the Roy got the other Blade Master player with the rapid fire cannons now. Good. So waiting for that itemization was quite right. He did find a 6 Blade Master in the Riven finally, but he's at 30 HP nowhere. He is a bit near Mastery 3-star. He wants to take out the Shen so he can get the itemizations back. Interesting. Put on the Yasuo. Interesting. Quicksilver's onto the E is correct. But in order for him to win the game or get top 4, he needs the E3-star. Let's see if he can find that in time. 근데 이번에는 제대로 갔어요. 되게 많이 갔는데 신호도 괜찮았고 템도 잘 떴네. 잘 떠가지고 마이 삼성만 잘 뜨면은 가능할지도. Alright, Master Yi doing damage in the end. He does pure damage, so these Vanguard Mystics won't really do that much. But ooh, that Vanguard Mystic comp has a composition. Perfect items, Cassiopeia, Rapid Fire Cannon, Blue Buff, and Morellonomicon. His front line is also very tanky in the end. Master Yi 2, so I can't kill those in time. Ouch.
이제 남은 체력이 17.
네, 한국말 하죠.
파라다이스 선수
한국인이요, 저. 아니요. 한국말 하시는 거 아니에요. 저 한국인이에요, 한국인. Let's see. Alright. Leona L for the itemization back. He wants to put Ionics and the Guardian Angels onto the Urgots. Instead of putting on the Monkey, because the Monkey only ults once anyways, I think it's better to put on Thresh. Right? And you can sell Thresh for Urgot later for the Guardian Angels in the end. I think Thresh is a much better target, so you can keep on like buffing. All the nerfs in patch 10.13 are irrelevant. I don't think they changed anything. Let's see. Currently, we're looking at Pegu Joa's board. He's going for a Sork tech, I guess, a Sork comp in the end. He's been win streaking very hard with it, and the Riven's actually doing a lot of good work. So good fight there. The opponent had a gameplay from Paradise, but Victor does a lot of damage, right? This is one of the comps I like the most, right? Lately. Amongst the best mid-game comps, it's this Riven Victor variation. Like, you don't even need Sorks. You can just go for Vanguards, you can go for anything. You can just add those two in with good items, and they'll just win the fights. Like, we went for an 8 Chrono game earlier, like, while playing ranked. It felt nice, dude. But in the end, the carry was just Riven into the Victor. They can just carry with any synergies in the end. 자, 지금 금방 4층인데 10점 13 이후에는 6점특 예정원차. 아, 진짜요? 자주 나오고 있어요? 야, 제가 그거를 아직 못 봐가지고. 근데 중반에 센 빌드니까 말은 되네요. 왜냐면 우리나라 사람들은 굉장히 적극적으로 이제 그 게임을 하다 보니까 6렙, 7렙 돌리는 건 기본이고, 그러면 6렙, 7렙 전에 강한 조합들, 특히 전투기계는 중반에 굉장히 강한 걸로 제가 알고 있거든요. 그 패치 전에도. 그래서 그렇게 된다는 게 좀 말이 되긴 하네요. 피 관리 잘해서 빌드 뭐 잘해도 우르고 견제 안 하면 우승 못 하더라고요. 그렇죠. 근데 결국에는 4등짜리 조합이죠. 4등. 순방용이죠. 순방용. 안전하게 순방하겠다는 용도. 어떻게 보면 신비랑 좀 비슷한? 신비들도 결국에는 T5짜리 잘 떠야 1등을 하니까 느낌이 비슷하죠. Yeah. Okay, Young Panan currently going for a Sniper Mystic variation. Usually they go for 2 Brawlers too, but he's going for 4 Snipers. Now this is a nice build, right? Usually I really hate really hate like sniper builds, especially with Teemo in it. But do you know what he has? He has Jhin with IE Last Whispers, a Guardian to protect him all the way, and he has a Teemo with the blue buff. So Teemo's actually working as supporter while Jhin kills them one by one, and he has 4 snipers, so all the DPS actually amplify, which is very nice. 6랑까지 콤보 1성을. 아, 진짜요? 좋다. 그게 많이 흥하고 있구나. 제가 롤체스 지주로. 아? Wait. No, you're supposed to give it to Jhin. Wow. Backline got deleted though. Does he not have... So, wait, does he not have the Mystics? Ah, he does have Mystics, huh? Ooh. I prefer to go for 2 snipers, honestly. 2 snipers. Right? 여기 스나 4스나 말고 20비 2싸움꾼이 더 나을 것 같은데. 차라리 갈 거면 그게 더 나을 것 같은데. 유틸이 더 있는 게 좋으니까. 티모랑 지는 살아남게 하면 딜 충분히 넣거든요. 근데 티모한테 거학강이 좀 아쉽긴 하다.
그러네요. 4위도 이제 40이고. 네. 1위가 70.
코그모이랑 코그모 이성 세죠. 진짜 세요 그거. 패치 전에도 썼어요 그거는. 루난레드. 코그모 안 뜨는. 야 루난레드가 유행이구나. 알려줘서 감사해요. 저도 몰랐는데. I think it's better to go for like a Vi and like Soraka, Vi and Soraka instead of Caitlyn and Ashe. We'll see. Celestials aren't really that bad either, but we'll have to see in the end. It's going to be the Vanguard Mystic player with really good items versus the Blasters with Jinx 1-star. This is not gonna end well. He's gonna take a lot of damage here. Like Gameplay's gonna try his best with the hat, but it's not gonna. Oh, wait, that's a lot of damage. But Soraka heals it up. Is that gonna be good enough? Vi actually chased after Cassiopeia. Can he take him down? The rest keeps pulling down extra units, but the Jinx pops off. Can Jinx actually do it in time? But she got poisoned by Cassiopeia. She goes down and gets taken down. The result would have been a lot different. Jinx was 2-star too. Paradise Korean level 9. That's probably why I couldn't find Jinx. He didn't roll for a Jinx 2-star, but he actually just leveled up for high value cards in the end, so he went first place. And Roy got, wow. When did he find Mastery 3-star with the Jewel Golem like that? Wow, that was successful. It is a strong composition, but his other units are lacking. Riven 1-star. Tank items a bit lacking except for maybe Yasuo, so we do need to watch that a bit more. Beegu Joa actually going for a Sork tech with Riven and Victor, still very, very strong. He put in the Thresh instead of Wukong. Interesting, because he's gonna pull the Wukong anyways. If he pulls something like a Ahri here, he's in trouble though. So I'm not sure if that's the right decision or not. We'll have to see. Syndra's gonna get pulled by the Urgot there, so it's actually very safe. Nice. But actually, Victor's gonna get pulled next, so that could be very dangerous. Urgot does keep on ulting multiple occasions, and Victor is his main carry in the end. At least the Urgot goes down here, but can he actually finish off? Gonga Jerry actually going for a 4 protector tech. That's actually very smart to go for. Rin with the 3rd ultimate takes down the Urgot. Oh no, it's not good enough because that is a mystic build as well too. So Sword player can't really do anything against that. Lose the streak. 수호신비 이걸 갔구나. 똑똑하다.
영판왕이 7등 이러면은 많이 어렵죠.
A Chrono E. A Chrono's a fun build too. You do more crit damage from your auto attacks. So your auto attacks can also like crit too, right? So that damage is also increased by 30%. This is actually a very nice game. There's a variety of like builds in the game too. So we'll see exactly how this goes. So he did take the Jinja from earlier for the protector synergy. Nice. Taking Rudens. Nothing too special here so far. Currently we're looking at Manju Stone, the guy with the Jinx 2-star, and ooh, Aurelion 2-star with perfect, not perfect, with a lot of like a DPS items. I don't like Hand and Justice there. I think he got that from the Kurzel. I do not like Hand and Justice there whatsoever because Hand and Justice can also be like an auto attack effect, which means I won't do any like anything. He has a 50% chance to do nothing in general. Unlucky. My Parasite is stuck at Pierce, but he did find Jinx 2-star in the eye. I guess that's good enough. But Guardian Angel Jinx won't really do that much damage. Kind of worrisome. Reposition Nar to that corner. Nar might jump downwards, but if he protects the Jinx long enough, that might be good enough. It's going to be Roygoth versus the Blaster player. It's going to be Blade Master versus that, but the Blade Master is too squishy, so he actually die instantly to charge the Jinx in time. Oh no, it actually doesn't charge the Jinx in time. But the what the Aurelion does buy a lot of time in the end, takes him down. Nice. If the Blade Master in front too squishy, then Jinx like procs instantly, which would be dangerous, but it didn't work that way. Gonga Jerry versus the Mystic player, I guess, takes a big hit. Vanguard Mystics are stronger than Protector Mystics. We can see that here. Protectors can't do much against that in general because they don't have damage to kill the Vanguards in front. So now we're going to check Paradise's board. Paradise is stuck at 2 pairs at the moment. He did rush level 9. Now this is something that could happen at level 9. Lulu 1-star, Vi 1-star, Soraka 1-star, and Jinx was a 1-star at that point anyways, right? So you can hit level 9 and you can try to go for the strongest board if possible. Like if possible. Right, but what's gonna happen is that your upgrade's gonna be delayed, so it's also like it can actually make you weaker sometimes. Going for level 9 can actually make your endgame comp even weaker because you won't have the goal to make or look for your composition in the end. So that is also something to consider. He does have the he can outnumber his units opponents with the synergies though. He can add in 2 mystics for example, but we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes in general. It's going to be the Vanguard Mystic player versus the Blaster player. The Blaster player might not have enough damage to take down the opponents, but he does have double hat Aurelion Soul, and if the Jinx pops off with the last Whisper in the end, it is going to get stronger. Right? The Boppy's taking a lot of damage. There's also a lot of shield value in the end too. Boppy goes down, Jinx pops off, and the opponents will just get melted one by one. It's gonna be good enough. A lot of guys has double rune hands. Alright, but the Wukong does disrupt the Jinx in the end. Cassiopeia is still alive. Cassiopeia poisons the Jinx, but the Jinx still pops out, takes down the Wukong, and that is going to be just enough to take down the Vanguard Mystic player. Roy got just taken down. The Master Yi player seems. I wonder who took him down in the end. I am quite surprised. Maybe it got killed by a random Urgot, not entirely sure. Alright, now there's the Vanguard Mystic comp, there's a Blaster comp. Looks more like an NA lobby now, right? Sork comp, Sork, Blaster, NA lobbies, right, in general. Especially like these comps are used most in NA, like as I play the games. Sork techs, Blaster tech, especially the Aurelion Soul Jinx like Blaster techs.
충분히 고려를 할 만한 상황이긴 합니다. 골드가 많아요.
와, 정말 많네요.
여유 있어요.
Alright, we are at Manjasong's board at the moment. He did win streak very hard during the mid game. He's actually at level 9 with a lot of economy. Jinx 3 star is not usually worth the gold. I'd rather have 2 Aurelion 2 stars if possible, or another 5 cost 2 star with that economy. He is going to buy it though. I guess he's just gonna throw it in. He can throw it in if he wants. It's better to go for two Mystics instead of anything else, but the Cassiopeia won't really do that much, which is a bit risky. Karma on the Jinx is actually a very great addition. Double Warlock on Karma makes it ridiculously tanky too. The opponent is Vanguard Mystics, but I'm pretty sure the Blaster player has enough damage to take him down in the end. Alright, the Jinx does not get focused by the Blasters too, that's perfect. Not stunned by a Nihilist, that's also perfect too. The Jinx is popping off in the end, takes him down one by one, good fight. Alright. If the Jinx pop, that's great enough. Aurelion also does a lot of damage too. This composition has enough damage to kill Vanguard like Mystics. Vanguard Mystics punish comps that can't do anything against it. Currently, Bijan Bone went down, I don't remember what it was. I think he was the Vanguard Mystic player. Gonga Jerry actually pulling down the opponent, My Paradise. What's his build at the moment? He's going for 4 protectors, right? 4 protectors and 1 fizz into the. This is a Treebeard build, right? You use fizz, you use infiltrators, you go for mystics, right? And you go for like a protectors, like a finish off. He did find the Urgot 2 star, so he's gonna use the Urgot 2 star as main carry, so he's gonna try to snipe the opponent's carries in the end. There is a Jinx 3 star. Wow, he's gonna try to snipe that, I guess. That Jinx 3 star looks terrifying right there at the moment. So you have to be very, very careful in the end. Alright. Jinx in the corner because there's a guy with the Urgot in the end. He made sure to position around the Blitzcrank so he won't get like accidentally pulled. The Jinx is being protected, but oh, it's actually getting stunned and shot down. The opponent goes off faster. He might be able to win that, but oh, Jinx pops off instantly and everything just gets deleted. The items on the Aurelion is much better, I feel. It's going to Gonga Jerry versus the Begujo at the moment. Begujo went for a sword comp. He's actually looking for Victor 3 star as well too. Riven's actually getting taken down by Riven 2. Sorkon should not be able to do much against Protector Mystics because Protector Mystics are ridiculously tanky and they can tank every single fight along the way. Dude, that's a Treebeard build, wow. Shift Cassiopeia. The man likes to shift. Alright, we don't touch other people's tastes. He's calling out onto Nico at the moment. That's very smart too. He's trying to focus down his like a fizz on location where it can take down the Jinx in general. He's gonna keep swapping the Jinx so the Urgot won't be able to do much against that in the end. Let's see. He put his own Urgot in so he can pull the enemy Urgot too if possible. I don't know if that location on Jinx is proper because I think it's gonna get pulled. Oh no! The Malphite actually just pulled. Great idea. He actually knew that the Malphite would not move because he fizz would jump in. Smart, but it goes off too fast. In that case, you need to put the Jinx in a different location. But wow, this Urgot is popping off fast. What the? I haven't seen that in forever. Dude, this guy's good. 3-star Jinx can't do anything in that location. So what you do against that guy is you need to throw away the Rebel Synergy. Now in that situation, you know he's gonna aim after your Rebels. You know it. Alright? So you know what you do? Pretend to keep it there and just move it away. Right? You move it away, you give up on that. I don't know how he can deal with the Urgot though. It's gonna take forever to kill it. Like if the Jinx pops off, he wins. But is there any method to make Jinx pop off in the end? That's what I wonder in general. This one's trying to look for a Victor 3-star because Victor 3-star can one-shot the opponents in the end. We'll see if that works. Against that, he might consider just frontlining everything, like frontlining the Jinx instead too, not in the back. Like locations that are confusing are like these middle locations. You put Karma, Israel, Lulu nearby, and you put a Jinx maybe one step in the front. That's something you can utilize too against the Urgots along the way. But that Urgot's gonna keep on ulting. He needs to kill everything else first and kill the Urgot last. I think that's how it's supposed to go. We'll see. Alright, oh, he tried to guess and snipe that, but it didn't work out. It's gonna be Begu Joa versus the Victor 2-star versus the Jinx 3-star in the end. Unfortunately, the Victor did not get 3-star, but he pulled another Victor 2-star. That's great with the Thresh. 2 lasers is enough. Ah, but the Jinx deletes everything. Begu Joa's out. Oh no, he still has a chance. Alright, Begu Joa has a chance. But yeah, Mystic Protectors can't get killed by Sorks. And the Urgot's just gonna kill everything one by one in that sense. Alright. It's gonna be Gonga Jury versus the Blaster player and the Sork player in the end. Let's see how this will last. He needs to guess the location and ooh, a Victor 3-star. That can actually one-shot the Protectors in the end. He needs to put in a safe location. I would frontline it honestly. I would frontline that thing. Alright, surrounded with 2 other buddies like a Zoe and a Nanny, and I'm gonna frontline that thing for sure. Like that's what I would do. It's going to be the aha! He gets the wrong one. So it's gonna be the Victor 3-star versus Protectors. Urgot's too far away to snipe anything, so we'll have to see how this goes. Victor is going to ult the Fizz and the Cassiopeia in one lane as he kills everything. Now there's only the Urgot left. Can the Victor go off fast enough to kill the Urgot in time? Yes, it does. Kills it once. It one-shots everything. Is this gonna be enough? Oh, Gonga Jerry has a lot of HP. It's not over yet, right? It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Takes the damage, but he's still alive. Nice. So Begu Joa, I don't know if it was Gonga Jerry aiming after the Sork player or the Blaster player. I think from that location it looks more towards the Blaster player in the end. So let's see how this goes. It seems Manjesong also beat the opponent too. Not entirely sure which one it was. I'm pretty sure as long as Jinx doesn't get pulled, the other Protectors are weak, right? Like Jinzhao 2-star, Rakan 2-star, and Nico. I think he can do it. The problem with putting the Jinx in the front is that you can also get Nico ulted, which is kind of dangerous. So we'll see how this goes. I wonder if he wants to Urgot his Urgot, but unfortunately he doesn't have any mana item, so his Urgot will get ulted first if he tries to do that. But he does put it in the end. Now, right now, Manjesong is an awkward spot because he doesn't really need these Mystics against the Protector player, but he does need it against the Sork player in the end. But honestly, I think he can just take out the Mystics. Honestly. And the reason behind that is because currently, like, the Sork player has a Victor 3-star anyways, right? You already have a Victor 3-star. It's just gonna get one shot even with the Mystic synergy, like regardless. So I think it's just better to take out the Mystics and try to go for the value. It's like Urgot, maybe another Blitzcrank for stuns. Like anything would be fun. I feel that would be much better. I don't think he needs a Lulu either. So we'll have to see. His Urgot's gonna get pulled first because it's lacking like the itemizations. We'll see though, we'll see. I don't know if that location is nice, we'll have to see that. Nico's too far away from that, that's good. Urgot is also far away, let's see how this is gonna go. It's gonna attack the Urgot first, but the Urgot's really tanky, and attacking Urgot actually charges mana, so it can actually take down the opponents in the end. We'll see how this goes. The Jinx did pop up, he's gonna one-shot everything all the way, and that's just good enough. Never mind, its positioning was perfect. Will the Jinx pop off in time? Oh, the Jinx is getting pulled, but Gonga Jerry could not take down the Blaster player in the end. Perfect position for Manjesong there. Wow. Dude, like, Wow, that was actually really nice. It was a Victor 3-star versus the Jinx 3-star too. Of course, since the Jinx 3-star has more utility, like more stuns along the way, I guess the Blaster player did have the advantage with the rolling 2-star with the perfect optimizations, but whew, that game was really close. Not a single opponent was weak in the end, so that was a very nice game regardless. Dude, I'm surprised with Gonga Jerry there though. Like, he was at level 8, but he was so ridiculously strong and formidable in the end. It was actually very terrifying. I wonder if Gonga Jerry tried position on the sword guy or the blaster guy. Wasn't entirely sure. Location was fine, the location. I don't think true damage can get credit. I'm not sure though. No, right? There's one game left. These scarves? They have scarves. It's like an Inven thing, I guess. Alright, let's look for next game then. The next game should start immediately. After like a 10-minute break.
자, 이제 아무래도 곰가제리 선수 그럼에도 여전히 좀 얼굴에 긴장감은 남아 있습니다. 참 이게 마지막 경기 만나보겠습니다.
Alright, the Little Legends Galaxy again, my personal favorite. In this Galaxy you do want to go for compositions that are very strong early mid.
곡궁은 곰가제리 선수가 챙겼고요. 자, 이러면은 역시 또 플레이 스타일이 그리고 본인의 처한 그 상황에 맞춰서 바뀔 수밖에 없거든요.
Mute all starting again.
이렇게
Interesting.
급한 상황에서는 꼼꼼하다 보니까
네.
저는 좀 쌈총을 노리는 게 좋을 것 같아요. 그게 일단 심적으로 좀 안정이 되고 실제로 꼼꼼해서 승률이 굉장히 좋거든요.
맞습니다. 네.
그렇죠. 쌈총이 주는 그 안정감이 좀 있죠.
안정감이 있고 처음에 이제 레드 만들고 시작하는 쌈총이
There's more than 8 people in one tournament usually. So just because I'm not in this game does not mean I was not in the tournament set. That's it. It's actually a commonly asked question. If I commentate on other players like tournament like games, people ask me why I'm not in it. Because it's not my game, dude. I can't be in every single game in a tourney. There are multiple people in a tournament in general. There's a tourney command, exclamation tourney. Let's see. I can't be in every single game. There's more than 8 people in one tournament. Alright. It's very commonly asked. I'm actually surprised because is every I can't commentate on other people's games without being asked why I'm not in that game. That's actually it's kind of surprising. Alright.
자야가 이성이 꽤 빠르게 붙었습니다. 바로 붙어줘.
Alright, currently Zaya 2-star. I don't like the idea of going for Zaya 2-star unless it's actually the Galactic Army where you get a bunch of like Zaya items in the end, like a Shiv or Green Zeus, and that's actually quite nice. But without those, like without any items, Zaya's actually a very weak card in the end, so it is better not to go for Zaya. I think it's a waste to invest gold on Zaya unless you were to get maybe a Celestial star with protectors. That star with maybe 1 damage, that would be nice enough. Zaya does okay with damage, but if you don't have damage items, like it is basically useless. Basically, it's better to get for other cards with better synergies because of Vanguards. Ooh, a Cassiopeia star, but no, you'd be so tempted to make Ionics instead, right? Cassiopeia individually is a very strong unit, so you can sell Twisted Fate, Poppy here, level up, add Cassiopeia in, and maybe he could decide to make Ionics on the front line, right? That's what I would do. Oh, he wants more pairs though. I guess he wants to look towards the late game. Maybe he wants to lose a few rounds early on. But this is a Little Legends Galaxy in the end. Since it's a Little Legends, what you want to do is that you want to win. You want to keep on winning, like early, mid, and maintain your HP to get top 4. Like eventually, all tourney games about getting top 4 instead of like Gambit first place. That's much more consistent in general. Alright. Let's see how this goes. But Beguchi was currently using Zaya very well because using it to proc rev buffs and doing a lot of extra damage. That's nice. I usually prefer selling Zayas because it rarely makes a difference, but I guess in that situation it's doing very well. They recently buffed Zaya too, so that all faster. That's also a factor. We're looking at Manjisone's board. He did take a bit of damage. He's offered 2 protectors, 2 Chronos along the way. I'm pretty sure he wants to go for Chronos to Rebels at the moment since he does not have Rebel. He sells these Ziggs for the item back. He's gonna put the hat onto Ari and a tier onto Ari too. too. Great idea. Now, hand adjusted item I recommend if you're gonna go for blasters. Other comps I usually don't, like Source for example, because if you want to go for Source, you do need tiers in the end, like Source and Mystic Vanguards for that like particular stance. So he's not gonna use hand adjusted for sure, even though it makes you a bit stronger than the other mid game. Very dangerous, especially losing tiers. Very dangerous. Now, ooh, an early Master E from Youngpan here. He does have a chainmail and the Quicksilvers, but he does not have the. Oh, chainmail to Master E, alright. But he does not have the, what you call it? He does not have the bows, so he's probably not going to go for Master E carry. This looks more like a mech tech. If he gets bows, he can make Titan resolves and then transition to mechs later during the mid game. And mechs are very strong enough to get you top 4 anyways. So I think that's also a very good idea to go for in general. We'll see. He has a Bobby 2-star. Oh, unfortunately, he can't really use that well. Well, awkward because the infiltrator is actually very important. Maybe he can level up and add both in, but I don't think Bobby's that important. We're looking at Roygoth's build at the moment. He has a belt, crit item. Interesting. Probably cybernetics with these itemizations. Probably cybernetics. Since you have 2 crit items, you can make Last Whispers and IE much better in the end. But we'll see. We'll see. Cybernetics are good for the mid-game anyways if you like itemize very well. But it's hard to itemize if you're on a win streak, so we will have to like see what exactly what he wants to go for. Early Quicksilver is an awkward item to like utilize, but if you're going to go for a composition 100% that's going to utilize it, it means that you're going to commit to that composition. Then why not make the item? Because you're going to make the item like anyways in the end, right? He's gonna make that item anyways, so he just made the item early on because even though it's not like game-changing winning, it's still very nice. It still does give you like extra evasion. It gives you crit immunity, so it does help you like win the fights compared to one that does not have it. These two are playing around. Okay. Alright. There is a spatula in the game. Right. If Youngpan doesn't taste that, he can go for Blade Master Z, which is nice. Thank you. Oh, thank you for asking such a nice question, sir. Let's see here. Oh, he doesn't take it. He actually takes the bow. Now that can be time. That's the Master you got. That can be, since he has a chainmail and a Quicksilvers, that can be like that can be either like a commitment to the Master Econ and go for like a rapid fire cannon. But I think I would just use it as a Titan resolve and go for mech comp instead. I think that's what I would do, and go for Infiltrator Rebels and just transition that way. We'll see. Getting mechs are very hard sometimes because you do need to find Fizz. Without Fizz, all is for naught. You shall see. Currently, my Paradise has a Ionics and a Bramblevest Star. He was holding on to his items because he didn't really know what to go for, but with these 2 items, you make those. Getting Bramblevest and Ionics is a very big difference than not having one. Surprised he didn't level for the... I'm really surprised he didn't level early for the win streak advantage. I'm really surprised because he could have won streak. He could have had the win streak if he did commit early. Surprised he's not leveling up here either, so he's playing more passively. He's also not using his items too. This means instead of win streaking and aggroing early, he's gonna play slow and decide what his build is after the first creep rounds. Wow. I'm surprised because he could be win streaking. He could actually have a perfect win streak maybe if he just levels up with those items and gets the advantage, because those 2 items are one of the strongest early game start items in the game. Oh, he's winning anyway, so well, one of the strongest early game items in the game, one of the strongest combinations for sure. So I am surprised he's not using and like utilizing those items in the end. It does fix his direction, so I guess he's worried about that. And if he does win streak, he does not have a choice in items in the future, but I guess he's playing much more safer. Begu Joy going for the aggressive playstyle. He's just leveling up early with a bunch of cheap units. He's going for Brawler, 4 Brawlers, 2 Blasters. In this case, it's worth to level up. Why? Because you can add in a synergy and you can maintain your streak. He's gonna lock here for the Israel because Israel is a very nice card in the end. It does feel bad, but it is a choice that you... Well, you don't really need an Israel, but... No. Lock here for Israel seems okay. Guaranteeing yourself 1 card that you need in the future. Yeah, lock for Israel is okay. He can skip for maybe Jinx, but guaranteeing yourself the tier 2, tier 3's upgrades are much more important, I think. So you can go for that route instead.
그런 걸 제외하고라도 이제 이성이 굉장히 강력하거든요. 짱굴만도 한 것 같습니다.
그렇죠. 잠그는 것도 좋아 보이는데 배구 선수는 안 잠글 것으로 보입니다.
Right now, what is this?
베인에게 일단 대금을 넣어놨네요.
Mukajang currently going for a Sabanet. He has Cassiopeia. He's deciding. Like, he doesn't know what to go for. He's offered a bunch of good stuff, so he's thinking here and there. Alright. Begujo actually offered a Jinx, so he gave up on the Israel. No.
빠르게 찍었기 때문에
Oh, he did give up on the Israel, but he found another one. Now that's like high-level plays right there. He knew he get a new one in the future, so he just started getting Jinx as well along the way. Cool. It is too early for a Jinx, but it is much better than going for a Graves. So it is actually yeah, he's one stage ahead, right? He is actually in a good spot. Cloak, ew, 2 cloaks. And Dragon Tooth Vi is actually pretty strong and tanky, so I guess it's nice. 2 swords is nice, that's Deathblade, and he can put the Deathblade onto Jinx too. He does have Blitzcranks, and once he level 7, he can put the Rebel Synergy in. Since he does not have Lucian or Kog'Maw at the moment, it is appropriate to put the Ionization on Jinx and sell the Graves. I think that's much better. This one, Bijimbom currently is deciding what his build is. He's offered a bunch of random stuff. He's rolling so he can get better direction, doesn't take too much damage. Wonder what composition he wants to go for. He has a bunch of Vanguards because that's how it goes. Like, since Vanguards are strong, you do want to utilize a composition, you can utilize those in the end. I guess he wants to go for like a Vanguard Mystic comp in the end. His itemizations do fit the composition in general. I think I'll make Jewel Gauntlet or Ionics, one or the other. What do you want? Both are fine, and also win early on. Dragon Tooth into Jewel Gauntlet? Huh? No, just a Dragon Tooth and crit on him. Interesting. I guess he just wants to make Morellos. Jewel Gauntlet's not that bad of an item either. Like, you don't have to make Cassiopeia your only carry. You can also go for like Victor later too. Not that bad. We'll see. Oh, instead of Jinx, he actually decides to use Graves? Interesting. I haven't seen this deck like in a very long time. It does make sense though. As I always say, Jinx 1-star isn't really that good in the end. So going for an extra unit in that sense is actually a very good idea. And ooh, he found it. He found it. Yeah, his itemization is actually really good for mechs. Guisu Bramblevest mech is a thing. Right, Guinsu Bramblevest Quicksilver mech is a thing. He only has 1 Yi anyway, so since he found the what's it called, Fizz, he's just gonna go for like a mech transition. I think he should buy the Karma there and just go for that comp. I think that's a good idea. It is a thing, guys. Going for Guinsu makes the thing too, for sure. Surprised he put the Fizz in the corner. I guess he wants to hit the left side first. I always like the Fizz in the middle, unless your opponent's position around in general. It's going to Begujo, the first place guy versus the Master Yi player. The Fizz goes off right before it dies and does so much damage. Announces Israel actually kills the Graves and actually breaks Begujo as like a streak. In that situation, Fizz in the left side was perfect there. Great positioning. Wow, that's beautiful.
PG가 확실히 3-2에 1성 챔피언들을 많이 쓰거든요.
Is he gonna commit to Blade Masters? I think Mex is a bit better. It's also little legend, so you don't really need more than Mex. Like, going for Master E3 is overkill, but ooh, Roy got currently going for a cybernetic comp. Perfect items on Vayne so far. Jace 2-star is ridiculously tanky in the front. He has a Lucian and Fiora for the extra synergy too, so he's actually in a good spot. That spatula can be either Blade Masters for Vayne or Infiltrate Talents for Relia, so he's actually in a very, very nice situation. Yeah, with these items, better go for Mex. That's why he's holding on to the Annie. So going for Mex is much, much better. Let's just hope that he finds Rumble in time. It's going to be Roy God versus the Blaster player Gonga Jerry. He went for Runans and Rep Buff. That's actually much more better with like Kog'Maw in the end. Runans is also a very good card if you have like stuff like that can proc like a per auto attack actually does a lot of damage. Roy God currently is over upgraded, so he can't really do much against that. Low rollers in this universe will have no choice but to take damage and die off. It's just RNG in that sense. Currently Mukkajon is going for, what is this? He has a random Cassiopeia 2-star. He was actually considering that along the way too. Judging by the fact that he's buying Mystic, he wants to go for Vanguard Mystic tech, I think, but we'll have to see. Double Brown Vest, what's this guy? What is this guy? What happened? What happened?
피가 50대 정도로 이제 7레벨에 진입해서 마이 2성과 이제 6검사를 맞춰 주면은 다시 돈을 모아서 리롤을 할 여력이 충분히 될 것 같거든요.
그렇죠.
근데 지금 또 진수 선수, 영파랑 선수가 이렇게 상황이 좋아도 묵가존 선수도 지금 점수대가 비슷한 상황이기 때문에 이렇게 1등을 해버리면 묵가존 선수가 진출해버리는 거거든요.
Orange level, orange level.
물론 또 다른 선수들의
That's for sure.
상황을 봐야겠지만.
Spatula guy. Who was the spatula guy? I forgot. I forgot. Do you mean the cybernetic guy with the Vayne 2-star? I think he was called Roy God. Yeah. He's gonna use it for Infiltrate Talents or like Blade Masters. I think if he doesn't get Giant Slayer, it is better to go for like Blade Master than Vayne, so Vayne does more damage. He can use it to maybe counter certain opponents like these Cassiopeias, they're battling snipers with the Irelia as well too. But it is safer to give it on Vayne, so that Vayne is guaranteed value in the end. Making Vayne a hyper carry is the most important fact about Cyber Knights. Like, no matter what carry you go for, it is very important to go for a hyper carry. The Korean playstyle is very aggressive, so they're leveling up so they can get the early like advantage, especially since this one has a win streak. Adding the card in is very, very advantageous. He's going to go for Ionics as well, utilizing every item he has to make sure he maintains a win streak. It's something you want to do if you're in this situation. Cassiopeia is pull is fine because Cassiopeia is actually very tanky at this point in the game. The Vanguards cannot burst down on Cassiopeia either, so it's going to ult at least twice, good. Fizz doing the extra magic damage in the back, and we're finishing off one by one. Muka Jones is a very strong spot. Alright. Is this light patch or power patch? Power patch. But I don't think it matters so much because patch didn't really change much. It made Battlecast a bit more popular, but I think the battle power is similar. Like, they're a bit stronger, but similar at this point. Like, what patches do is that they encourage people to it encourages people to like play a build. Like, it gives them like reasoning to like play a build. So it gives them more courage. Oh, a Janna, that's nice. It's gonna ignore all the Vanguard players in the lobby, and there's a lot of Vanguard players in the lobby so far though. So adding in a Janna to raise attack speed of the team and going through is quite nice. We'll see. Janna's great here. He can take out the Rebel series if he wants to. He doesn't want to take out the Brawlers. I think Rebels can go. Because Jinx is not strong enough yet anyways. Rebels can go, Oh! He took it out. He's up against a 2 Vanguard play, but it's not gonna matter too much because the opponent does not have Mystic Step in the end. Israel does ult, but ooh, the Jinx gets hit by Fizz ult. If the Jinx did not have Relic Synergy, he would have died there instantly, I guess, so it does make sense. Actually, if the Jinx did not have Relic Synergy, he would have just died, and he would have lost the fight, so the decision was a bit nice. But I don't know, I think going for Janna was kind of okay. That's a level 8 choice later. The Rebel Synergy was much better there, if you can see. So, as a result, the Rebel Synergy was better. But, you know, finding a Janna is not that easy. And look, there's so many Vanguards in the lobby. And it's really hard to fit in 4 Mystics in a little Legends universe because hitting level 8 is very hard. So I think it's much better to just go for Janna to get through all these Vanguards in general. Especially, look at this guy. How are you going to get through that? Double Bramble best Vanguards. Everybody has Vanguards, right? Except for like 2-3 players. I think it would have been nice. I think Janna would be really good there. Because Blasters has 1 slot open. Rebel Blasters have 1 slot open at level 8. So I usually put a Fizz in, but going for that is also quite nice. War Monks, Jewel Gauntlets, Morellonomicon, Shroud, okay. So this is the one that went for Blade Master in the end. He gave up on Mechs and just decided to commit to Blade Masters. No, by the Rumble, go for Max. You're too late. You're never gonna get Mastery 3 stars just by the Rumble. You had an ad earlier, just go for it. No. See guys, I didn't say go for the Max for no reason. He doesn't even have 6 Blade Mouse at the moment. I did not say go for the Max for no reason, guys. It's much more safer once you have Fizz. The build's ridiculously safe if you have Fizz, and they're all good against the composition hand. He has damage with Green Suits, he's tanky with Bramble Vest. But honestly, the odds of not finding Master Yi is ridiculously low too, so I guess it does make sense. Master Yi is strong. Like if he has 6 Blade Master, Master Yi can also top 4 that way too. But with those items, I think mechs were better. Like with those itemization, I think mechs were a bit better. So I'm kind of sad about that. But still a good choice because if he found his upgrades, then he would have destroyed everybody in the lobby. So the choice is understandable. Gonga Jerry currently going for low roll blaster. This is a bad situation to be in Blaster. No upgrades. One random like Jinx. No Malphites for Rebels. There's like 3 other blasts in the lobby. They took it all. He's the one that couldn't find it. That's unlucky. This is 100% RNG loss, right? No upgrades mean 100% RNG loss. You just happen to go for a build that other people did. Your items aren't really that good. You just lose because you just couldn't find any upgrades. Ooh, unlucky. It actually loses to the Master Yi 1-star composition too, right? Oh, does it? Oh no, Aurelian? Oh, it does. Yeah, that's how weak it is.
그리고 리븐도 페어로 맞춰 놓고 있는 모습.
The sad thing about Youngpan at the moment is he just need one more Yeet to make a Yeet 2 star, just one, and then he can make a Yeet 2 star with the Nico. That's really unlucky. Currently, Bego Joel's situation is really looking very good. 2 jinxes, 4. What's this guy doing? Oh, a Teemo tech. 4 Vanguard, Teemo. But, stuck at level 7. Lost 3 card. Itemizations on Teemo is nice, but everything else is kind of bad. In this case, Jewel Golem is better than Morellos. That's why I don't like making Morellos too fast. I guess he's at Cassiopeia during the early mid game for that. Maybe. Like, I would rather put Morello Nomicons on the Wukong, so Wukong can just like Morello everything, and Teemo can do more damage. But there's 2 Bramble Vests, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Will he have enough damage to do this? He can also just trap claw the Jace so that it would, you know, stun the Cassiopeia too, if it matters. But I don't think he can kill the Vanguards in time. He lacks the damage, right? Can he? Oh, the opponent has a Jin 2 star. Jin 2 star beats Team at 1 star for sure. But he does kill a lot. He's not dead yet. Kill the Ash. No. Oh, unlucky. Dying that fast is really, really unlucky.
뭐 내가 1등, 2등 안 해도 돼요. 그냥 이 3명 중에 높으면 돼요.
맞습니다.
그래서
Tier 4 comps are really bad in this galaxy. Tier 4 comps are really bad for that reason. You have a chance to low roll like that. Find 0 4 cost upgrades. You're under upgraded, you have no damage. You face a guy that high rolled the tier 4 and you're like, wait, I got nothing. Why did he get everything? And that's how it goes. Oh, everybody has a chance to like qualify for the tournament, huh? Yeah.
자, 이렇게 세 명의 선수.
점수도 묵가전 선수가 제일 높기 때문에 제일 유리한 위치인 거 맞는 것 같습니다.
맞습니다. 자, 일단은 레이스 탈락자가 나왔습니다.
베인 템이 살벌하죠.
Alright, his itemization on Vayne is perfect. He's gonna make Zephyrs onto Leona so he can start sniping the opponents in the hand. His items are a bit distributed, but it's fine. Like Zephyr's rep buff, Mormoth's not important anyways. We'll see how it goes.
리븐, 야스오, 이성을 완성시켰습니다.
What's your prediction to win this round? Which one? Whose round and what? Which one? Currently we're looking at Rogue at the moment. He's gonna use Zephyrs to float Iloa, interesting. I think he can move around with Leona so he can snipe the carries. Like, there's only a few carries like anyways in this galaxy. Vayne has so much DPS potential because she's fully like itemized. Good job. She also allows Whisper to get through. She does have Infinius that's gonna get negated, but ooh, that damage is amazing. He does not have Chronos or snipers, right? He has 6 Summoners though, so his stats are insane. Good build. He's gonna add in Chronos and Snipers at level 8. He could decide the level right now because he has perfect win streak. He's in a very good spot, first place material worthy. Master E 2-star finally showed up with 6 Blade Masters, but won't be enough. He does have a Riven 2-star, that's a good thing with the Rudens. Riven 2-star is also very strong in this competition in general. Manjisong transitioning at last moment to Sorks, it means he's dead. If you transition at this point, it means that you are dead, sir. Unfortunate. Unfortunately.
리븐의 템 자체는 굉장히 나쁘지 않아 보이긴 하는데
이성만 됐으면 지금 타이밍이 굉장히 셌을 텐데.
그렇죠.
근데 지금 일성이
6 Sorks, it means and Urgot says, hey Riven, how you doing? Thankfully he pulls the Annie though. Thank God dodged.
자, 블루의 얼심도 있습니다.
다음 공은 누굴
But
보여주지?
예, 다음 거
no.
리븐을.
리븐! Can you ult? Not good enough. Everyone just turns out. If you transition like that at that HP, it means you're dead. It means you're dead.
예.
It means you had a bad call with bad items, and then you were forced to change it to a build. It means that you won't have upgrades guaranteed. That's kind of sad. Dude, how did this guy got Urgot at level 7 every single game for 4 rounds in a row? Did you guys notice? He found it at level 7 for the past 4 games, every game, right? Is that what happened? I don't know about game 1, but I think that's what happened afterwards. He found 2 Urgots at the finals too, right? 2 games, half his games too. This game, like, I did not expect every single game, honestly. I did not expect every single game, right? I think maybe not every game. Maybe he's found stuff after level 8, but Is that real skill right there? Is that real skill right there? Yes, I do participate in these tournaments. That's correct.
필요가 있거든요.
I have my own game started before this game.
카시오페아 블루 주는
I'm Group A. These guys Group B. But it's over a long time ago. I got to semifinals, and that's it.
배구조아 선수도
The real skill right there. But that guy's a really good player. Like he's one of the best. He's actually the tournament champion. This tournament champion. So there's no issues there. And not by RNG as well. He positions perfectly and he knows how to build. So I'm not saying about that, but dude.
패시브가 이제 발동이 됐습니다.
나래가 공을 좀 잘.
That Jinx does a lot of damage. Bloodthirster's 2 rapid fire cannon still good damage. Begujoa's in a really good situation in this game.
배구조아 선수.
And Paradise out. Ah, unfortunate for Paradise. Met a very strong opponent.
한번 졌고요.
Under upgraded Mystics, not perfectly atomized. The ones that are remaining is Gomga Jerry, Mukajun, Royga, Begujo, and Youngpanang. Okay. Youngpanang currently
조금 모여서
is a low roll, what is this? Cybernetic mechs. Wow, that's creative. Cybernetic mechs. Mechs are really strong individually, so he just decided to add in cybernetics. So he just decided to use them in cybernetics because he got a fizz and a random rumble. Good idea. He has Teemo for sniper synergy. Interesting. Surprised he didn't pick something else, like an Ashe or a Caitlyn, I guess. Maybe he has a synergy related. We'll have to check later. 6 Blade Masters are good for top 4 though, so he actually made a really good decision there. Like I said, he should have gone for the mix, but look how well they fight, right? Yeah, look how well they fight. This was actually, dude, this is why backseating has no meaning whatsoever. If you actually check what the players are doing, and if you check the results, they always perform better, right? Dude, these are fantastic plays. Even if I say this and that, eventually they have their own routes and their own successful routes, and the results prove it, right? Of how well they like prove through. Good plays from him, really good plays.
진짜 모르겠는데요.
He has in the infiltrator. Oh, he actually found Zeko. That's kind of cool. Don't know if he wants to keep Leona and Jace. I wonder if there's anything he can replace that for. That is a random Jinx 2-star, yes. Blade Master and Echo is a good idea to make it stronger. He also found Echo too. 6 Cybernetics. Mana Weavers and Cronus the Ray too. Great. Mukkajon. It's just that he's trying to. I think it's better to go for, if he has mechs, it's better to go for snipers and maybe like a Karma for Mystics instead. I'm not sure if he needs the Vanguards. The Vanguards are buying him some time there, but not sure if he needs it. But ooh, that fight for the Cybernetic is going perfect. Echo's ultimate like locking appropriately, and the mechs are buying enough time for the Vayne to do enough damage. And ooh, look at that Master! Almost 1v6ing. Dude, Master E's are 1v9 comp in League of Legends, right? That was amazing. Aurelion Soul and Urgot, there's a lot of good tier units in the carousel at the moment. There's also a Force of Nature, there's also a blue buff, there's also a hat. There's so many good things in this carousel at the moment. We'll see what the opponents think in general.
대전의 힘을 가져가고.
이건 이제 데캡을 리브한테 줘서 활용할 것 같고.
그렇죠.
다 같이 약하거든요.
He's found a hat for his ribbon. Great choice. It makes the ribbon much tankier. Now, this is something that I always wonder when going for Zeds without Blader rankings. I think Zed without Blader rankings is usually not worth it. The only reason why it's in there is to make Fizz and the Rebel synergy happen, and it's also a really good filler unit to look for as a 3-star in the end. But I just don't think it's worth like I'm getting in general. Of course, he has no 100%. He has no alternative. This guy has no alternative except for maybe a Relic Soul later. But it is something that I don't enjoy watching. He does not need the Zeds, so he's gonna sell that. He's 2 Master E's away. He has 18 HP, so he's not gonna die yet. His opponents will be a Blaster Tech and a Cybernetic Tech. The Cybernetic guy will destroy him because the Cybernetic guy did high roll bid. His eyes on Vayne is perfect and will do a lot. He's trying to name after him, but he actually meets the Blaster guy. They're both high rollers. They're both at 60, 50 HP. Means that they both high rolled early mid game, so they're very strong. But this one does have a Jinx 1-star. It means that it'll be very weak until it pops off. It is popping off now, but it's still relatively weak because it's 1-star and actually one-shotted by Riven right there. That was amazing. But oh man, Riven gets pulled by an Urgot, and Riven and Young Pana actually takes some extra damage here. It means that he's actually near death's roll, maybe unable to find the unit in time. Now this one is a mech cybernetic comp. His opponent is actually in the PSI was actually a fully itemized high roll like cybernetic comp in the end. So of course he can win. They are in a relationship of superiority. So now he's up against either the Blade Master guy or Master E 3-star. He's either up against the Blade Master guy or he's up against the Blaster guy. Both do not seem well for him. Let's see who Young Panang's gonna fight. Dude, this guy makes the game fun. Man, it's gonna be Young Panang versus perfect location on that Zephyrs right there versus Roy. Gotta see, it's gonna give Master Yi enough time to take down the opponent's at hand. The Master Yi does get hit by Echo, but debuff will not activate. The Riven's doing damage and taking down the Vayne user in the end. Master Yi chases down the Vayne, takes him down, and bam! Strongest guy in the lobby. Dude, this guy's winning with style. Mukazan gets taken down, he actually gets third place. He's nearly there. Fighting. Dude, I was cheering for this guy the entire time. Fighting. He positioned perfectly on the opponent, so he just needs to keep sniping the enemy carries, and he has a good chance along the way. His other units are like very well upgraded. His like Riven has a hat and a Rudens, and he has a Shen 2-star in the front. His Master Yi does damage if it's just closed down. So if he just keeps zephyrine the right carries, he does have a chance to get first place. And if he gets first place, he can actually have a chance to get into the tournament in general. He just needs to make sure he places better than Begu Joa. Alright, that's his goal. He did go for Exodia. Master Yi composition is Exodia in this, so he does have a chance. Let's see how this happens. He wants to level up now to add in the Celestial synergy. That's why he's holding on to the Ashes. I think he's sellable with Ashes for now, just so he can like raise the odds of him like leveling up a bit faster. Because finding one Celestial is not really that hard. Jin Zhao, Rakan, Ash. There's a lot of solutions to add in, but holding on to those is a very safe choice. Now, Begu Joa currently is at 20 gold level 8. He's an all-in level 8 type play. He does not go for level 9 because he wants to get more consistent result. That might give Young Panang a chance. It's just an issue of his positioning at the moment. He's just going to keep swapping Aurelion Soul and Jinx so he does not get Zephyred. I think that's what he wants. So, I would put on the Aurelion Soul location. He doesn't? Oh, Gnar, that's even better. That actually guarantees the shot. So if I put on the Aurelion Soul location, the Zephyr just gotten eaten. That's good. Alright, Master Yi's trying his best to take. Malphite goes down. The Rock goes down. But oh, Master Yi walks away from Jinx in general. And Riven gets fooled. Master Yi gets CC'd.
이제 무가준 선수가
Oh man, that was so close. Oh man, if Master Yi actually had Rapid Fire Cannon, it wouldn't walk around like that and kill the Jinx first. You know what the fight went? Since the Master Yi did not have Rapid Fire Cannon, like, okay, it kills the Vi here, alright, then it kills the Malphite here, then it kills the Blitzcrank, but if it and it starts chasing the Aurelion Soul to the right side, so it'll get isolated from Jinx carry, and Jinx actually gets perfect value from this location right here. So it follows the Aurelion Soul in this direction. But if it had Rapid Fire Cannon, alright, if it had Rapid Fire Cannon, it would have just stayed in this location, killed this, killed the Aurelion from a distance, not chase it, and then kill the Jinx and kill the rest in that order instead of touching the Gnar. Oh man, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. But since he did have Gleances and like a Brown Vest, he was able to win streak to this point. So his results were actually better because he didn't have Rapid Fire Cannon overall. But oh man, that's quite sad. Oh, that was really sad. He could have gotten in with first place with that. But the others had too much HP. Yeah. Oh man, too much HP. Okay, now the real battle has begun. High Roller versus High Roller, Cybernetics versus like versus Blast in general. Cybernetic player actually is going for level 9, and you know what? Cybernetics are stronger than Blasters. Like in general, Cybernetics counter Blasters. The Infiltrator just kills Jinx, and you can't really do anything about that. He's gonna try to aim after like a Begu Joa, it seems, at the moment, but we'll see exactly how this goes. Alright, he aimed after the Jinx. Let's see if that's the location. I'm pretty sure he's gonna swap for the oh, it didn't swap. Alright, but they did get each other's carries. Jinx versus Vayne. If Jinx pops off fast enough, it might be good. Oh, it got poked by Echo, so the attack speed debuff did apply. Gnar is at the side, but didn't really stun that much. Can Jinx pop off in time? The Echo debuff is significant. Kills one. Kills two. Alright, it popped off. Rapid Fire Cannon popping off in the end. He's gonna keep on shooting from a distance and takes down the units one by one. That Rapid Fire Cannon range being a huge advantage. The Peace Golem to Zephyrs did allow him to get the advantage. But Roy Godson actually in a very good situation still. He still has 40 HP, means that he can lose at least 2 more fights, and he still has 60 gold. It means that he wants to go for level 9, get Echo 2-star and finish it. Once he finds Echo 2-star, that's checkmate right there. Jinx will get destroyed by Echo 2-star, and this is Echo before the nerf too. The reason why Blasters can't beat like Sabinets in general, not always, is because of Echo. Echo just annihilates the main carry and prevents it from doing anything, which is the main like issue. He decided to give up on chasing after Jinx because he's gonna keep on swapping. Makes sense. Makes sense. As we see, Begujoa kept swapping there. So he aimed after the front line instead. Interesting. Echo pops up, debuff the opponents in the end. Urgot like eats the front line, and Jinx is actually getting good value. It seems Begujoa is actually in a superior position. The rapid fire cannon getting good value. Shoot him down, shoot him down. Wow. Slowly, Begujoa is stripping down Roy got the mud, but Roy Got's not in a bad situation at all. Why? Because he does have 50 gold still. The item that could be most preferred here is maybe Shojin's. Shojin's for sure. Shojin's. Roygot can just take any DPS item, like a Giant Slayer, for example, or maybe Blade Ruin Kings, they're all fine. Oh, a belt. Is there a special item that you can make with that? Maybe a Zephyrs? Or what do you want from that? Currently, Begujoa is also going for level 9 too. He does have the economy to hit it if he wants to right now. He can add the Aurelion or the Urgot, both are fine. Aurelion is a much better choice because it negates your opponents from using their ultimates in time. I would just sell the Janna because Urgots are much more important in the end. It seems Roy got also leveled up and used all his gold, but Thresh, I guess he... Oh no, he already has Thresh. Ah, he couldn't find Echo 2-star, that's kind of big. Surprised he went for the belt instead. What did he go for? Why did he get the belt for? What was the belt for? He has a few junk on his inventory so that... Did he try to go for Vayne? Ah, he tried to go for Vayne 3-star, that's why. He picked the Vayne because he was close to Vayne 3-star in his inventory, but he decided to sell them because he's going to lose a fight because of that inventory in the end. Oh, but gets taken out. I guess the fight didn't go well for Begujoa at the moment. I wasn't looking at the fight because I was looking more at his Vayne, his inventory. Alright. The opponent did hit level 9 and he did use his gold, but he doesn't have Echo 2-star yet, so he still should be at a chance where he has an advantage. We'll see exactly how it goes. No sir, I'm from South Korea, I'm Korean. Thank you very much for the compliment, I do appreciate it a lot. The Echo is on Jinx's side, let's see exactly how this goes. Urgot looks a bit scary, but Jinx I think can just kill the Urgot because Urgot has no items. Like Urgot without items is not really that dangerous in the end. We'll see how this goes exactly in general. He repositions to the right side, let's see. But this might be a bit of exposed to Urgot in the end, we'll see. No, Urgot's on the opposite corner, so he positioned perfectly. The opponent did not reposition based on the opponents in the end. Thresh pulls the Urgot in. The first Urgot will go off. The Echo's not 2-star, so it doesn't do that much, but it does debuff the Jinx in the end. The Urgot do help the Jinx's charge his mana in the end. Is it gonna be good enough? The Threshes keep pulling. Echo's gonna debuff, and that's gonna be enough for the Sabinets player to get the advantage. So the game's gonna go to stage 7, it seems. As I said, Sabinets have the advantage over the Blaster players in general. Oh, and Urgot 2-star as well. Now he can use the Urgot in the front and try to snipe the Jinx along the way. Usually it's supposed to be a like an Urgot 2-star checkmate, but I guess the level 9 into the extra. What the added Thresh was good enough. We'll see. It's hard for the there's also a War Mouse too. It's hard for the Blaster player to kill the front line, like the Wukong, the Aurelia, and the other units in time. It seems that is a bit dangerous. We'll see how this goes. Alright. It's going to be Begujoa trying to find an upgrade. That Aurelion Soul upgrade would be huge if you can get it. He has a hat and a blue buff. And he finds the item is an Morello's into Ionis. That's just as good too. Currently he's taking the Echo, so the opponent won't get the Echo in the end, but I guess that doesn't really matter too much. He puts the Wukong in for the 4 Chronos synergy. That's actually very relevant. He wants to make sure that the Urgot correction, the Thresh survives in time. He wants to reposition the Jinx so that doesn't get focused down by Urgot. So he's going to reposition to the right side. Good point. Alright. I'm pretty sure Loiga should chase that. Did he chase it? Ah, he didn't chase it. Alright, that's good for Begujoa. But oh, it got chased by the Zephyrs instead and not that one. The Urgot is, the Thresh is pulling the units in time. 2 Urgots on the board, but the Echo 2-star came in time and one-shot the opponent. GG. But that's enough for Begujoa to participate to the finals. Sabinets are at the advantage. Sabinets always win. Like in a Blaster versus Sabinets matchup. They're much superior towards that matchup in general.